Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Flames Baseball on Team Line. I'm Eric Moon. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross are on assignment this evening as the Flames take on the Syracuse Spartans. Flames with a big win last night, 7-3 over the Cheryl Silversmith. Spartans coming off a couple wins, too. As a matter of fact, they've won 9 of their last 11 games. They are tied with the Wellsville Nitros for the league's best record at 12-5. We're just about to get underway, so we'll give you the Flames batting order first. Well, put together by head coach Mike Cordero. Leading off in center field is Jack Cherno. Batting second, the DH is Brian Hart. The left fielder, Adam Gordon, bats third. Mike Netzel, the right fielder, is the cleanup man tonight. The third baseman, Jared Grosguth, bats fifth. Trace Peterson catches and bats sixth. Mike Ruggiero is the shortstop. He bats seventh. Batting eighth is Corbin Paxton, the first baseman. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Reed Gibbs. Today they face Anthony Kane out of Castanovia College. Third meeting between the Flames and the Spartans this year. Anthony Kane pitched in the previous meeting here at Blank Field. 3 games, 3 starts for him on the season, 12 and a third innings. He allowed 16 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 11 walks, 5 strikeouts. He has a 2-0 record, though. And according to the Spartans broadcasters, his stats are skewed a little bit because he got the start at Sherrill against the Silversmiths last Friday, when the final score, to say this will tell a story for sure, was 19-15 in favor of the Syracuse Spartans. So Kane finishes up his warm-up tosses, and we're just about to get underway here from Blank Field. The question here today has been the weather for sure. The game today was initially supposed to start at 5:15, but as of 12 o'clock today, just about 2.5 hours ago, the game time was moved up to 2:30 to avoid the impending rain and thunderstorms. And the forecast has been getting better and better as the day has progressed. Last night, the rain was supposed to come throughout the whole day here in Liverpool. As of noon, rain was supposed to come at 5 o'clock, and now 6 o'clock, as Jack Cherno, the lefty, steps in against Anthony Kane. Set to get underway, and the first pitch, fastball, is on the outside corner for strike one. The count is 0-1 to begin the day. First pitch at 2:35 Eastern Standard Time here from Liverpool, New York. Cherno did not get the start last night for Onondaga. First time since he arrived with the team that he did not start at second base or in center field. Today he is in center. First pitch, rather the second pitch, is a fastball up and away for ball one. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Cherno is the team leading hitter for the Flames, batting .366 on the season in 41 at bats, 15 hits for him. As here comes the 1-1 from Kane, and Cherno hits it in the air to center field pretty deep. Back is the center fielder Loeffler. He makes the catch, and that's the first down of the ball game on 3 pitches. That brings up Brian Hart, the designated hitter. The lineup is pretty different today, to say the least, for the Flames compared to the last few games. And that's because Mike Cordero, well, he didn't have a lineup until about 2:15 today, about 15 minutes before the scheduled first pitch. As here comes the first one to Kane to Hart, and that's a fastball over the plate for strike one. The count is 0-1. And that's because Mike Cordero took a hard, long look at Flames batting practice, and he saw who was hitting well and who wasn't. As the pitch is blown away for ball one, count evens up at a ball and a strike. And he made his lineup today as a result of what he saw in batting practice. Hart chops it off his front foot, and that's strike two. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. No harm, though, as he just walks it off a little bit. Shakes off the left foot, and now he's ready to step back in the box with a 2-strike count. Hart on the year, batting .286. He has played in the very strong majority of Flames games. This is the 18th game of the year for Onondaga. He has played in 17. As here comes the 1-2 from the righty Kane, and the fastball's up and in, and gets him right around the head. Hart is the first base runner of the day for the Flames. 1 out and 1 on. He's up for Adam Gordon, the left fielder, who moves up to the order today. As the wind picks up here from Blink Field. Wind is blowing out today. Meanwhile, Adam Gordon that played at a good night last night. 3 for 4. He was one of the two big kegs in the Flames offense last night. As Kane's ready to deal the first one to the lefty Gordon. Going his heart. The pitch is up. Throw down to second is not in time, but backed up beautifully by the second baseman Zincone as the throw got by Padone. Hart has a stolen base. Runner on second now and one away. Count is 1-0 to Gordon. Hit for 3/4 of the cycle last night. Didn't get enough at bats to try and hit a home run. Single and an error in the third inning. A double in the fifth, and then an RBI triple in the eighth inning that brought around an insurance run for the Flames. Kane looking at the runner hard at second. Here's the 1-0. The fastball finds lower third. It is strike one. The count evens up at a ball and a strike to Gordon. Now the Flames have gotten off, at least offensively, to a couple slow starts as of late. The last two games, they hadn't scored a significant amount of runs, at least more than one run, until the sixth inning. As the fastball gets the outside corner again for strike two. The count now 1-2 to Gordon. Against Wellsville on a Wednesday, for the Flames, all four of their runs came in the sixth inning. And against Sherrill last night, one run in the first 6 innings, and then 6 in the next 2. Fastball misses up for ball 2, and the count evens up at 2-2 to Adam. And the top 6 in the order for the Flames is changed up almost completely from last night. First 3 turns in the order, the Flames went 1 for 18 in the top 6 of the order. 2-2. Fastball hit in the air, high and deep to right field. Way back there, it's off the wall. Hart had to tag and waited to see if it was caught. He's coming around, heading home anyway. The throw is to third, and Hart scores. The Flames open the scoring on the first hit of the day for Adam Gordon. He stays hot and drives in another run, and the Flames have a 1-0 lead. A 2-2 hanger from Anthony Kane, and Adam Gordon pretty much got all of it. Hit it right off the wall and straightaway right field. And as a result, the Flames have drawn first blood in this one. Now runner on second and one away once again, and Mike Netzel steps up at the plate. Very consistent hitter for the Flames. Kane stares down Gordon at second base, who proves to be a distraction and forces Kane to step off the mound for just a second. Now he's ready to go again. Here's the first one, and Netzel, the pitch is up and in, forcing Netzel to duck. It's ball 1, the count now 1-0. Gordon, another one of those active base runners for the Flames. The key to being a good base runner, as Brandon Morgan and I have discussed all year. You don't really need the speed, though that is definitely something good to have, as the throw down to second gets into center field. Gordon dove headfirst back into second base, so he had no chance of getting up and getting to third. So no harm there for the Spartans. The throw did get a piece of Padone's glove, and Zincone was able to pick up the ball before it got deep into center field. Pitch is low and in this time on Netzel, forced him to lean back. 2-0. Netzel, the second leading hitter on this Flames squad. He has played in 13 games coming to this one, batting .356, 16 of 45 at the plate. And he has a good hitter's count now. 2-0 fastball is over the plate from Kane. It's strike 1, the count now 2-1. Kane is at 14 pitches so far in this one. Fourth batter he's faced. 2-1. Fastball just misses the inside corner. And now another good hitter's count here for Netzel. 3 balls and a strike. Netzel has scored 11 runs on the year. That's good enough for third on the team. Adam Gordon, who's on second base, is second with 12. Pitch is low and away for ball 4. Netzel works a walk. And now 2 runners are on with 1 away for Jared Groskuth. A big chance here for the Flames to put some breather room on the scoreboard before the Spartans can come to bat. And that is a big deal if you can do it. As now, Billy Burns, for the manager, the head coach for the Spartans, goes out to the home plate umpire to give him a lineup. An updated version, rather. So Groskuth will step back into the box with runners on first and second and 1 away. Flames up 1-0 with a chance to take an even bigger lead. Kane looks off Gordon. The first pitch is on the inside corner. Strike 1. The count is 0-1 to Groskuth. Since the Flames faced the Spartans on June 10th, the Spartans have been on quite the roll, and it's been led by their offense. So a big lead here would be huge in the first innings. The throw back to second is snagged by Padone, but slipping off the mound was Kane, and that does not look good. Kane looks hurt. His left leg, perhaps. He's back up and hopping off the mound. The trainer and the coach now for the Spartans to the bump. That did not look good, as Kane pretty quickly threw it back towards second base, and his left ankle just didn't go with him. He keeps pounding the dirt in pain, as the whole infield and the catcher Rios are around him too. And this is a really tough break for the Spartans if he has to come out of this ball game. His stats don't look very pretty after that Sherrill game, but he has been one of the good starting pitchers for the Spartans. Syracuse has won 9 of 11. As Kane is up now. Hopefully he can put some weight on that left leg. The offense has really helped out the Spartans to get this streak going, as Kane gets some help off the mound. Now he's coming out of the game. So we're going to see a new pitcher for the Syracuse Spartans coming in. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back when he's ready to go. When we come back here on Team Line. Welcome back to Flames Baseball on Team Line. New pitcher for the Syracuse Spartans is Joe Garrett. Garrett is making his 7th appearance on the year, his 3rd against the Flames. So far he's pitched 11 innings, allowed 8 runs, 7 earned, 11 walks, 12 strikeouts for him. His strikeout total is good enough for 4th on the team. Garrett out of the College of St. Rose, native of Voorheesville, New York, and he inherits a pretty difficult spot here in the first inning, as the Flames have runners on first and second and 1 away here at the top of the first inning. Already 1 run home for Onondaga in this inning as Jared Groskuth steps back in with an 0-1 count. Gordon on second, Netzel on first, and the 0-1 is a breaky ball on the upper third of the zone. Strike 2, and the count now no balls and 2 strikes. If you're just tuning in, Garrett is in because Anthony Kane, on a pickoff attempt to second, injured his left ankle and had to come out of the game as Groskuth hits it well. Deep right field. That ball is out of here. 3-run home run for Jared Groskuth. It's his 2nd home run of the season, and the Flames have busted it wide open here in the first inning. It's 4-0 Onondaga. How about that? Groskuth shows the Oppo power, and the Flames have a big lead early in this one, something they absolutely needed. A great start against a Spartans team that can hit with the best of them.
Now batting for the Flames, the catcher Trace Peterson.
Gordon and Netzel, those 2 runs are charged to Anthony Kane, so that closes his book on the day. As the first one to Trace Peterson misses for ball 1. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. So Groskuth with those 3 RBIs. As here comes the 1-0. Peterson pops it up right side. It gets out of play. It is strike 1. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Groskuth on the year now. Pads his RBI total. It's up to 7 now. As the 1-1 is a breaking ball that dips below the zone for ball 2. The count 2 balls and 1 strike to Trace Peterson. Groskuth entered the game with 4 RBIs. Now nearly doubled that total with the home run. Breaking ball tried to get Peterson to chase. Didn't go. It's ball 3. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike to Trace. Another good hitter's count here early in this one. Trace did not see action last night. Jake Zarot was behind the plate. As the fastball finds the upper inner corner, it's strike 2. The count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a quality at bat for Trace here after the 3-run bomb from Groskuth. Here's a payoff from Garrett, and the fastball is low for ball 4. And Peterson's on base with a walk. Second walk drawn in the inning by the Flames, and after Jack Cherno led off the game with a flyout to center field, pretty deep center field, 5 consecutive Flames hitters have reached base. As that brings up Mike Ruggiero, the shortstop. Ruggiero got his first start at 3rd base of the season last night. He was taken out for a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. That pinch hitter was Jack Cherno. Went 0 for 3 with a strikeout last night against the Sherrill Silversmiths. First one to him is a fastball in there for strike 1. The count is 0-1. Ruggiero did not make an appearance against the Wellsville Nitros in the game prior. Throw over to first is not in time to get Peterson. 1 on, 1 away, and the Flames ahead by a significant margin early in this one, to say the least. Another throw over to first, not in time. The wind is picking up a little bit for the Flames. Well, picking up a little bit right now here at Blinkfield. The wind is at our backs today as the breaking ball finds the inside corner. It is strike 1. The count is strike 2, rather. The count now 0-2 to Ruggiero. A combined 26 pitches have been thrown in the inning so far by Spartan pitching. As here comes the 0-2. The breaking ball's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Rios, and the throw down to second is not in time to get Peterson, who advances on the wild pitch. Good jump for Peterson because the ball didn't get too far away from Rios. Just bounced a foot or two to his left, and Peterson was off to the races right away to take second. So with a 1-2 count to Ruggiero, the ground ball double play to get out of the inning is no longer in order for the Spartans. 1-2 is the count. Here it is, and the fastball's hit in the air to right field. Under it is Peachman, and he makes the catch. Peterson tags but does not go. And the throw is cut off and right around second base for the second out of the inning. First Flames hitter retired since Cherno to begin the game. And here comes Corbin Paxton. Paxton had a night off last night until he came in as a defensive substitution in the ninth inning for Mike Stefan at first base. In the game prior against Wellsville, Paxton also did not make an appearance. His last at-bats came against Hornell on Tuesday as he swings and misses at the first one. Strike one, the count is 0-1. That night against Hornell, he went 1 for 6. However, his hit in the first inning was an RBI single to make it 3-0 Flames at the time. Flames won 9-6 in 10 innings against the Dodgers. Here's the 0-1 to Paxton. The pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Count evens up at a ball and a strike as Peterson takes his lead off the second base bag and tries to be a distraction again to Garrett. Last time up at the last pitch, he was hopping back and forth between the second base bag as the one was chopped right back to the pitcher, Garrett. He underhands it to first for the out, and that will retire the side. But not before the Flames put up 4 runs in the top of the first inning. Adam Gordon hit an RBI double, and then Jared Grosguth hit his second home run of the year, a 3-run bomb. And the Flames have a 4-0 lead after half an inning to play. On the first from Blink Field in Liverpool, New York, Flames have a 4-0 advantage on the Syracuse Spartans. Let's give you the Spartan order put together by manager Brian Burns. Leading off is the center fielder Josh Loeffler. Batting second, the shortstop Andrew Padone. Eddie Peachman, the right fielder, bats third. The cleanup man tonight is the second baseman Ray Zincone. Lou Michelli, the third baseman, bats fifth. Batting sixth is the first baseman Brandon Shirley. Batting seventh, the DH Ramiel Rodriguez. Colin Rios, the catcher, bats eighth. And Nick Spinell, the left fielder, bats ninth. They face Jeremy Taylor, who's on the bump for his first start of the season. So far, he has made 3 appearances in 5 1/3 innings on the bump. He has allowed 3 runs, but none of them earned. Allowed 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. He's 1-1 on the year, as that is grounded foul by Loeffler on the first pitch. It's ball 1. It's strike 1. The count now. No balls and 1 strike to begin his afternoon on the mound. Taylor, one of 2 pitchers on this Flame squad out of Cal Poly Pomona, all the way out of Weston, California. 0-1, chopped left side, snagged at third by Jared Groskuth. He takes his time, throws to first in time and on target for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. That brings up Andrew Padone, the shortstop for the Spartans. Padone, one of the 2 leading hitters on this Spartan squad. However, one of them, John Masagno, is not in the starting lineup tonight. Padone, meanwhile, has played in every game for Syracuse. He's been that workhorse middle infielder the same way for Syracuse, the same way Brian Hart has been for the Flames. Left-handed batter against the righty Taylor. First pitch fastball is a big cut and a miss. Foul tip, rather. It's strike 1. The count is no balls and 1 strike. As the wind continues to pick up just a little bit. Few breezes here and there. As here's the 0-1 from Taylor, and that's chopped down the right side, but foul. It is strike 2. The count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Spartan first base coach trying to make a one-handed grab, but apparently he left his silky mitts at home, and the Flames dugout groaned at him. 0-2, the count to Padone. He has a .417 average so far in the year in 17 games, as the 0-2 is fouled back to the screen, and that's what the count remains at, no balls and 2 strikes. Taylor, a solid pitcher for this Flames squad so far this year, getting the start in place of Gabe Golob, usually Golob's turn in the rotation, as the 0-2 is grounded hard towards second base. Hart makes the grab, the throw to first is in time. Rather, the grab is made by Reed Gibbs, and the throw to first is in time for the out. 2 away, and here's Eddie Peachman. And the reason Taylor's getting the start is because Gabe Golob, after his last start, the word from Flames president Wayne Walker is that he has a sore arm right now, so he is resting that arm before he gets another start. First one to Peachman is a big cut and a miss at a high fastball. Strike 1, the count is 0-1. As Taylor is pounding the strike zone early. First 7 pitches have all been in the zone. The wind of the deal from Taylor. Here's the 0-1, and the breaky ball misses the glove of Peterson, goes to the backstop. It's ball 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Peachman has played in 15 games to this point. He's 18 of 56 at the plate. 10 runs scored, 11 RBIs. As here's the 1-1. Breaky ball is low and away, trying to get Peachman a chase. Ball 2, the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Taylor winds, and he deals the 2-1, and the fastball just misses the inside corner of the plate, forcing Peachman to lean back a bit. It's ball 3, the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here for the Spartan right fielder. Peachman, of his 18 hits on the year, 5 have gone for extra bases. As here's the 3-1 fastball fouled off the catcher Peterson. He's good to go though, and it's strike 2. Count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes as Peachman on the Spartans side of things is putting together a quality at bat. For the Spartan hitters, Peachman is one of 10, count 'em, 10, that are batting at least 300 on the year. As the payoff is fouled back to the screen just above me, and it drops right in front of me on the other side of the fence, and the count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Peachman, with an excellent .321 average, is only good enough for 7th on the team when it comes to that stat, as he hits one in the air high and deep to center field. Cherno racing back to the fence. That ball is out of here. Home run for Eddie Peachman. That's his 2nd bomb of the season. And the Spartans are on the board. They have an answer to the Flames' early lead, and it's 4-1 Onondaga now. Second home run we have already seen in this game, which shows you, A, that these hitters are coming here ready to go today, and B, the wind, if necessary, is helping them out just a little bit.
Raising code.
But no wind was needed on that shot from Peachman because that was a laser to center field, and now Racing Cone hits one into left field. That drops for a base hit. Consecutive hits with 2 outs for the Spartans. They have a runner on with 2 away. Now Lou Michelli, the third baseman, up to the plate. Michelli has been a clutch hitter, to say the least, for the Spartans. He is up with the league leaders in RBIs. 18 of them on the year, which as of last night was good enough for a tie for second in the league behind Chris Turco of the Silversmiths. First one of Michelli is a big swing and a miss at a fastball. Taylor overpowers him, and that's strike 1. Count is 0-1 to the Syracuse third baseman. Michelli, like Padone, has played in every single game for the Spartans. Those are the 2 guys that have been the big workhorses offensively. As that pitch finds the dirt, gets away from Peterson, throw down to second to try and get Sinconas in time. Peterson gets some stealing, and that will end the inning. The Spartans, though, get a run on a home run from Eddie Peachman. However, Onondaga still leads 4-1 after 1 inning of play. Back for the second inning between the Flames and the Spartans after what was an explosive first inning, to say the least, between the 2 squads. 5 runs combined, 4 of them on a pair of home runs. A 3-run bomb from Jared Groskuth and a solo blast from Eddie Peachman. Flames, though, out in front 4-1 as we begin playing the second inning. It's 9-1-2 in the Onondaga order. Reed Gibbs set to lead things off for the Flames. First one against Joe Garrett is a fastball over the plate. Strike 1, the count, no balls, and 1 strike to Gibbs. Only the second start of the season for Gibbs, his 3rd appearance in a game. As the 0-1 is a pitch low and away. That's ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike to Gibbs. He's appeared in 6 games on the year. He's 2 of 14 at the plate. And he waves and misses at a breaky ball low and away. Good movement on that one by Garrett, and it's strike 2. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. His first hit of the year way back on June 3rd, a bases-clearing triple against the Cortland Crush as he lines one up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Third hit of the year for Gibbs, and the Flames get the leadoff man on here in the second inning, trying to add to their 3-run advantage. Third hit of the game for Onondaga, and that brings up Jack Chernow at the top of the order. Flied out to center field his first time up, but he hit it pretty well. It's a 1-1 fastball that got a little too much of the plate from Anthony Kane, but Chernow, unfortunately for Onondaga, flied out to center. 1 on and nobody out. And the first one to the left-handed batter with the runner going is up and away. The throw down to second is well in time, and the tag is there in time to tag out Reed Gibbs. He is caught stealing, and there's one away here in the second inning pretty quickly now. Now the count 1-0 with Cherno, and the situation 1 out and nobody on. Cherno steps in once again against Joe Garrett. Only the sixth batter Garrett has faced so far in this one. As here is the 1-0. The fastball is grounded to the right side. Easy pickings for Brandon Shirley. He tosses it to Garrett at the bag, and it's in time for the second out of the inning. So 2 pitches turn the Flames' fortunes pretty quickly after the leadoff single from Reed Gibbs. Single up the middle. Next pitch he's caught stealing, and then the one after that, Cherno grounds out to first. Now DH Brian Hart steps up to the plate. He was a rally starter by taking one for the team. As the first pitch fastball is low and away to Hart. Ball 1, the count now 1 ball and no strikes. And Hart has taken one for the team a lot this year for the Flames. That was the 6th time he's gotten hit by a pitch in the first inning. As the 1-0 fastball's outside for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. That far and away leads the team. It's double the amount that any other Flames hitter has. Hart came around to score on the RBI double from Adam Gordon. As the 2-0 off speed is over the plate for strike 1. Garrett gets it back in the at-bat. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brian Hart. 2 outs, nobody on. And the 2-1 here is a breaky ball that finds the upper third of the zone. It's strike 2. The count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hart. Time is called very briefly. Hart takes a practice swing out of the box, and now he's back in. And here comes the 2-2 from Garrett. And the fastball gets him looking on the inside corner. So that will end the inning on Garrett's first strikeout of the game, as Hart disputes the call to the home plate umpire. Flames don't get anything on the board this time around, but they still have a 4-1 lead on the Syracuse Spartans after an inning and a half. Back for the bottom of the second inning between the Flames and the Spartans. Nothing for Onondaga in the top half of the inning. We'll see if Jeremy Taylor and the Flames are able to keep the Spartans off the scoreboard in the bottom half of the inning. 5, 6, 7 in the Syracuse order. Lou Michelli was up at the plate when the inning ended. When the first inning ended, when Raising Cone was caught trying to take second base on a wild pitch. First one of the inning from Taylor is grounded hard towards short, and it's bobbled there by Ruggiero. He can't handle it, and on first base to lead off the inning is Lou Michelli. An error charge to Ruggiero, and the leadoff man is on for the Spartans. Now Brandon Shirley, the first baseman, steps up to the plate. Shirley, another hitter batting above 300 for the Syracuse Spartans. As a matter of fact, Only one hitter in the Syracuse order today is batting below 300. Runner on first, nobody out for Shirley, the left-handed batter. And he squares up the bunt, pops it up foul to the left side towards the Spartan dugout. Nice pick in the batter's box by Ramiro Rodriguez, but it's strike one regardless. Michelli was going on the pitch. And we'll see if Shirley lays down the bunt again. Jared Grosskuther was playing on the grass anyway. Here's an 0-1 from Taylor. Shirley squares up the bunt again, pulls it back on a fastball that's up. Michelli did not go from first base this time, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Spartans trying to move a man up into scoring position, trying to chip away at this Flames lead. As here's the 1-1 from Taylor. The fastball just misses the outside corner. Shirley did not square up the bunt this time around. It's 2 balls and a strike. And the big lead is not something the Flames are used to having, at least this early in a game. Usually they're on the other end of an early inning lead, as the throw over to first is not in time. Especially in these last 2 games, Flames scored 1 run in the first 6 innings last night. Didn't score a run until the 6th inning against Wellsville. Shirley scores up the bunt, misses it. The throw down to second is not in time to get Michelli. He steals second as the throw was a little bit to the left, so the tag from Ruggiero was not quite in time. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Michelli's on second base with a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the inning, but a 2-strike count on Brandon Shirley. Taylor has the sign ready. He looks at the runner at second, and the 2-2 is a fastball that's low for ball 3. Count runs full out of 3 balls and 2 strikes as the wind starts to breeze in again from behind us. As Taylor looks in for the sign again against Brandon Shirley, he's got it. Michelli's trying to be a distraction at second. The payoff pitch misses for ball 4. A fastball that just missed the zone outside. And now the throwback to Taylor got away. The throw down to third is not in time to get Michelli, who takes third base on the error, on the throwing error from Trace Peterson. So now runners are at the corners and nobody out. Not a play you would usually expect a runner to advance on. Just the throw back to the mound. And now time is called as Robert Anders, the pitching coach, comes out to talk to the Flames infield, Trace Peterson and Jeremy Taylor. A dangerous situation early in this game because the Flames, remember, they scored all 4 of their runs in the first inning. And this Spartan offense can score at will. They scored 19 runs in Sherrill against the Silversmiths last Friday. And their offense scores a little over 7 runs per game, which is definitely among the league leaders with Sherrill. Silversmiths held to 3 runs last night against the Flames. Spartans, though, have scored, in their last meeting with the Flames, they scored 10 in a 10-7 victory as Ramiro Rodriguez, the DH, steps in. First one from Taylor is a breaking ball low and in the dirt. Ball 1, the count 1-0. Peterson kept it in front of him, so the runners stay where they are. Don't be surprised here if the runner at first, Brandon Shirley, takes off at some point in this at-bat to try and prevent the ground ball double play, maybe score Michelli on a throw down to second base. 1-0 from Taylor. Shirley takes off. The fastball is there for a strike. Throw down to second is a bouncer to Gibbs. He can't handle it. Michelli scores, and the Spartans are now within 2. It is 4-2. So as expected, Shirley does take off. He snags second, and as a result, Michelli takes home on the throw. It is a double steal for the Spartans, and now a runner on second with nobody out. And a 1-1 count to Rodriguez, with a score now 4-2 in favor of the Flames. Here's a 1-1 from Taylor, squaring up the buns. Rodriguez, the pitch gets away from Peterson. On to third base is Shirley. He took a big turnaround third base, but he puts on the brakes. The pitch is a ball, and now the count is 2-1 strike to Rodriguez, with Shirley on third base. Spartans pretty good on the base paths too this season. They have 64 stolen bases in their first 17 games. As the 2-1 is chopped off Rodriguez and gets behind Peterson. It is strike two. The count runs full now to, well, evens up rather, to 2 strikes. And this inning has been a perfect example of the Spartans' good base running. 3 stolen bases, a reach on an error, and a reach on a wild pitch. Rather, a base on each, as Rodriguez grounds one hard towards Grosguth. The run will score. The throw to first is in time for the out. So the Flames trade an out for a run, and Syracuse is within 1 now. It's 4-3 here in the second inning, with 1 out now and nobody on base for Connor Rios, the catcher. For Rodriguez, that's his 4th RBI of the season to get Syracuse within 1 early in this contest, and that shows you that Spartan offense too. They've just been clicking on all cylinders at the plate. As the first one is chopped towards Grosguth again. He takes his time, throws down to first. It's in time and on target for a quick second out to Rios. So now 2 outs and nobody on. And here comes the left fielder, Nick Spinella. So on back-to-back pitches, the Flames get a pair of outs from Grosguth to Paxton at first. And that brings up Spinella. Batting 9th in the order, but hitting .345. First one to Spinella, the left-handed batter, is a pitch low for ball 1. The count now 1 ball and no strikes to begin the at-bat. Taylor's pitch count looks pretty good to this point. Through an inning and 2/3, he's at 28. Number 29 here is popped up left side. Ruggiero has a beat on, so does Adam Gordon, the left fielder. Ruggiero makes the catch in short left, and that will retire the side. So the Spartans get their first 2 runners on, and with good situational hitting and base running, they get them both home. Flames now lead the Spartans by 1 after 2 innings of play here on Team Line. Set to begin the third inning between the Flames and the Spartans. Eric Moon with you this afternoon for the Flames and the Spartans. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross are both on assignments this evening. They will be on the call tomorrow when the Flames take on the Syracuse Saltcats at 5 o'clock from Onondaga Community College. The Flames will be the road team in that contest. Already the fifth meeting tomorrow of the season between the Flames and the Saltcats. First one to Adam Gordon is in the dirt for ball one from Joe Garrett, who's on for his second full inning of work in his outing. Garrett came in for the injured Anthony Kane during Jared Groskuth's at-bat in the first inning. As the 1-0 fastball's hit in the air, popped up right side in foul territory. Shirley and Peachman going after. That drops just foul, just to the right of the right field foul line. And it is strike one. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. And with Gordon's speed, he was at least halfway to second base, and he was going to take a big turn around second base. So if that ball dropped in fair, which it was pretty close to, then Gordon may have had another triple. But instead, it's just strike one. And he comes back around towards home plate and steps back in. The left-handed batter against Joe Garrett. Off of Kane his first time up, Gordon hit an RBI double off the wall and right as the pitch is high for ball two. Count now 2 balls and a 1 strike to Gordon. He's in left field tonight. He was in center field for last night's game as he takes a big swing and a miss at strike 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett's first batter was Groskuth, and Groskuth hit the big 3-run home run that is the difference in this ball game. Since then, 1 walk, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. As Gordon pops it up towards left field, under it is Spinella. Loeffler backing him up, and Spinella makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 3 batters retired in a row by Garrett for the 5 of the last 6 now retired by Spartan pitching. Here's Mike Netzel, the right fielder. A walk and a run scored his first time. And then he scored on the Groskuth home run. First one this time around to him is a fastball right down Broadway. It is strike 1. The count now no balls and 1 strike. Netzel's walk in the first was his 13th on the year, which is good enough for second on the team. As an off-speed pitch finds the zone again. No balls and 2 strikes quickly on Netzel. He's been a very productive hitter for this Flames team. Very good average at .356 coming into this one. As the fastball's inside, forcing Netzel to lean back and dodge it. Ball 1, the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he has been one of the key contributors for the Flames when it comes to quality at bats, at least. Something Mike Cordero and the whole coaching staff has preached since day one. Get quality at bats, try and keep that percentage above .550 in every game. As the breaking ball is in the dirt and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Netzel. And this is turning into a pretty good quality at bat by Netzel. After the first 2 pitches found the strike zone, he has worked the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2, and the fastball reached out and fouled away to the right side. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Netzel steps back in against Joe Garrett. With 1 out and nobody on, another 2-2. Fastball gets him in the head. Netzel's okay, though, and he jogs to first base. Second hit batsman of the day for the Flames. And Netzel's on first with 1 away after taking 1 for the team. Netzel gets on base any way he can as Jared Groskuth steps back in. 4 nights ago against the Hornell Dodgers, had 6 plate appearances. Only 1, as the throw to first is well up and away. Only 1 of those plate appearances counted as an official at-bat. That's because he reached on 4 walks and a hit batsman in that game. Now the throw over to first is up and away again Brandon Shirley getting put to work at first base. Moving off the back just to keep the throw from getting away. Grosskut back at the box. Ready for the first pitch from Garrett. And here it is. Breaking ball stays high. Ball one. Count now 1 ball and no strikes. It was with an 0-2 count that Grosskut hit his 3-run home run in the first inning. His second of the year. Another throw over to first. This one is on target, but it's not in time. Third pickoff move to first in the at-bats, and only one pitch thrown to Grosskut. Here's a 1-0 from Garrett. Netzel's going, pitches up and in. Throw down to second is there, but not in time. Netzel steals second, and now there's a runner in scoring position with a one away. Another stolen base for Mike Netzel. That is his 5th of the season. Good enough for second on the team. He's now 5 for 7 on the base paths. And now the Flames have a chance to get some breathing room on the scoreboard once again. Now up only 1 after the Spartans scored 2 in the second inning. Netzel proves to be a distraction as he forces Garrett to step off the mound for just a little bit as the breeze picks up again. Garrett has the sign ready to deal the 2-0. Here it is, and the breaking ball finds the outside corner. It's strike one. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Grosskut. That was pitch number 40 from Joe Garrett. But Grosskut is still in good position in this at-bat. Still ahead in the count at 2 balls and a strike. Netzel hopping in and out at second, and the off-speed pitch finds the inside corner. Grosskut didn't like it, and the Flames dugout didn't either. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Grosskut in a 2-strike count once again. Garrett looks at the runner Netzel at second, and now 2-2 fastballs low and in, forcing Grosskut to dodge that ball. Count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And another quality at bat at the plate by the Flames. Action has slowed down a little bit in this inning, thanks to some quality at bats by Onondaga. As here comes the payoff. The fastball is hit in the air to center field, right in front of the center fielder. Loeffler drops in for a hit. Netzel was going right away. He rounds third, heads home. There's going to be a play to plate, and the tag is in time for the outs. On a second on the throw is Grosskut, and Rios was hurt on the tag. He was standing up the whole way and didn't go down. Netzel was running hard to the plate and hit Rios' left arm pretty hard, and that might be the reason why he was shaken up a little bit, and he still is. The tag was there, though, and in time, Rios did hold on to the ball, and the Flames still only lead by 1. As the whole Spartan infield and Joe Garrett checks on Rios. His left finger might just be cut. Rios, from the looks of it, is going to stay in the game. He dropped his mask and his helmet and the glove to the left of the home plate, and now he's going to the dugout to the trainer just to get probably a Band-Aid on his left finger. On one of his fingers on his right hand, rather. From the looks of it, he just got cut. And he's trying to get that very quick treatment. So the situation is now 2 outs. And a runner on second base once again for the Flames. The batter at the plate is going to be Trace Peterson. As Brian Burns talks to the home plate umpire a little bit. Not sure about what. Garrett is now trying to stay warm as he plays a little catch with Lou Michelli, the third baseman. Rios is, from the looks of it, finishing up his treatment of one of his fingers, the one that's cut. And now he's starting to come out of the dugout, and he's ready to go once again. So Colin Rios is good to go. He is some bad luck when it comes to injuries for the Spartans so far in this one. Anthony Kane hurt his left ankle on a pickoff move in the first inning and had to come out of the game. And now Rios cuts his finger on a tag at home plate. But he's good to go. And Trace Peterson now steps up to the box with a runner on 2nd and 2 away in the inning. Nonetheless, a huge play by the Spartans to get the runner Netzel at home plate to keep the deficit at 1. First one to Peterson is a breaky ball inside. Ball 1 the count. 1 ball and no strikes to Trace. A walk. His first time up. Reached 2nd on a wild pitch as he chops one off his foot for strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Peterson on the year, 11 of 48 at the plate. The walk he drew in the first inning was his 7th of the season. He has scored 6 runs. As the one was chopped towards short. Played there by Badone. He takes his time to throw to first in the dirt, but dug out by Shirley, and that will retire the side. The Flames get a hit, but tagged out at home plate is Netzel trying to score on the single by Groskuth, and the Flames still only lead the Spartans by 1 after 2.5 here on Team Line. Welcome back to Flames Baseball on Team Line on Onondaga, ahead of the Syracuse Spartans by the score of 4-3. Set to begin play here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the order for the Spartans. Leading the inning off is Josh Loeffler, the center fielder. Flames have a 4-3 lead because they scored 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning, but they haven't been able to score since. Game came close in the last half inning, but Netzel, trying to score on a single from Jared Groskuth, was tagged out on a great throw to home plate. Jeremy Taylor back to the bump for his 3rd inning of work in today's start. And the first pitch from Loeffler is a broken bat blooper towards 2nd. And it's an easy catch for Reed Gibbs. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the bottom half of the 3rd inning. That brings up Andrew Padone, the shortstop, who grounded out to 2nd his first time up. Left-handed batter has been pretty good, to say the least, on the year. Pretty good against the Onondaga Flames, too, in both games so far this year between the two squads. Taylor steps off the mound for just a second. Taylor winds and deals the first one to Padone, and the fastball is low for ball 1. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Taylor was working very quickly to Loeffler and Padone in the first inning. On 5 pitches, he got a pair of ground ball outs as Padone takes a fastball on the outside corner. It is strike one. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Here is the 1-1. Padone takes a big foul tip and a miss. High fastball was into the mid of Peterson, and it's strike two. The count now 1-2 strikes. Padone has driven in 14 runs on the year. He has one of the 5 home runs for the Spartans. As the breaking ball's low and in the dirt. Ball 2, the count evens up at 2-2. Good disciplined hitter, too. Leads the team far and away and walks with 15 of them. As time called by the home plate umpire. That is Ron Starziak for calling balls and strikes today. In the field is Nicholas Swaha, rather. As here comes the 2-2, and the check swing is fouled away to the left side. An excuse me swing from Padone. He's able to foul it off, and the count remains at 2-2. And Padone, he is a speedy player on the base pass, too. You don't want to let him get on base. As here's the 2-2 from Taylor. Fouled away left side again, this time with a full swing. Count now 2-2. And yes, folks, that one did not hit Brandon Ross's car. 2-2 the count to Padone again, and the fastball's popped up left side. That's going to get out of play. And the count still remains 2-2. And this is a guy that you don't want to let on base because he has 15 stolen bases in almost just as many games. 15 of 18 on the base paths. And here comes the 2-2 from Taylor. Fastball popped away to the left side again. That's 4 foul balls out of play in a row. And for the kids here at Blinkfield, tell you what, it's a fun time for them right now, getting those foul balls. As another 2-2 is a breaking ball that dips below the zone from Taylor. A good take by Padone, and was turning out to be a pretty great at-bat. Count runs full now, 3-2. Taylor winds, set to deal the payoff. Here it is, and the fastball is grounded hard to the right side and through the hole for a base hit. Padone has his first hit of the day. It's the third of the day for the Spartans, and they have a man on with 1 away, and Eddie Peachman steps up to the plate. And Peachman is another good hitter for the Spartans, as evidenced by his at-bat in the first inning. A great at-bat similar to the one Padone just put together. He ran the count full, and then on a 3-2 from Taylor, crushed it out of here, just to the right of the 393 sign in center field. That was his first home run of the day. The breaking ball finds the dirt. Padone was going on the pitch, and he steals second easily. His 16th stolen base now on the season. And now for the Spartans, they have 4 stolen bases rather on the day. They're at 68 now on the season. Definitely among the league leaders in that category. One out now, runner on second. And the fastball is high to Peachman. And the count now 2-2 to the Spartan right fielder. A dangerous count to a dangerous hitter, as the Spartans have fought back from an early 4-run deficit pretty quickly. They have a chance to tie the ball game up, maybe even take the lead here. And here comes the 2-0 from Taylor. The fastball is grounded hard but foul to the left side. It's strike one, and Taylor is back in the at-bat. 2-1 strike. Peachman out of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. He'll be a senior in the fall. Native of Mundelein, Illinois, if I pronounce that correctly. Mundelein. One of those two, perhaps. Graduate of Carmel Catholic High School in Illinois. Nobody covering the bag, and Padone's already going to third. Here's a throw, and it's high to Grosguth. Padone is safe. He steals third without even a pitch. Another stolen base for Padone. That is some fantastic base running. He was halfway to third base before Taylor was even able to make a throw. And the toss to third base was a little high. 2-1. On the inside corner, it's strike two. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that stolen base by Padone puts the total up to 69 on the year for the Spartans squad. Definitely some nice base running right there. Something you don't see every day. Padone tried to distract Taylor at third again, and the 2-2 fastball's inside for ball 3. Count runs forward out of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another good at-bat for the Spartans. Both these teams preach quality at-bats, and we're seeing another one right here from Peachman. And here's the payoff from Taylor. Fastball is popped up, right side of the infield. Paxton calling for it, right near the first base bag. He makes the catch. Padone takes a couple steps off the third base bag, but this time he does not try to steal home. And that is the second out of the inning, a big one, with the runner on third now and 2 away. That brings up the second baseman, Ray Zincone. Didn't take long for him to do something at the plate his first time up. He hit a base hit into left field after the Eddie Peachman home run, but he was caught stealing at second to end the first inning. Breaking ball misses the outside corner for ball 1. The count is 1 ball and no strikes now to Zincone. Zincone, a .314 hitter in 11 games coming into this one, now 11 of 36 on the year, as he is over 1 today. 1-0, popped up. That's going to get out of play behind home plate, and it lands about 20 feet behind me. It is strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Zincone, of his 11 hits on the year, 3 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles, and a home run. As the fastball just misses inside. Ball 2, the count now 2 balls and 1 strike after Taylor's 50th pitch on the day. Zincone has 7 RBIs on the season. He looks to add to that total here and try and get the Spartans, get the game tied for the Spartans, as the 2-1 is popped up to the right side of the infield again. Paxton calling for it again, and he makes the catch to get the Flames out of a jam. So some great base running for Andrew Padone isn't quite enough to get the Spartans on the scoreboard, and the Flames hold on to their 1-run lead after 3 innings of play from Blinkfield. Welcome back to Flames Baseball here on Team Line on Onondaga, ahead of Syracuse 4-3 in what has been a pretty wild game to this point. We have seen pretty much everything to this point. A stolen base without a pitch, a pair of home runs, and everything in between. As we get set for the top of the fourth inning, Mike Ruggiero to lead things off, bottom of the order for the Flames this inning against Joe Garrett. As the breaking ball finds the upper third of the zone. Strike one, the count now no balls and one strike. Sets coming in to replace the injured Anthony Kane. As here comes the 0-1, Ruggiero fouls it away to the right side. It is strike two, the count now no balls and two strikes. Garrett has been a solid pitcher for the Spartans since coming in for Anthony Kane. Yes, he gave up the home run to Jared Groskuth. However, since he has not allowed a run, just 2 hits and 1 strikeout. As Ruggiero hits it in the air to right field, pretty deep, but he hit it pretty much right at the right fielder, Eddie Peachman. Some bad luck on that one, and it's the first out of the night. First out of the inning, rather, in the fourth inning. Second time today, Ruggiero has flied out to right field, and here comes Corbin Paxton to the plate. His first time up, he hit a comebacker right to Joe Garrett. He tossed it to the bag for Brandon Shirley, and that ended the first inning. Paxton, the lefty, against Garrett, the righty, and the first pitch fastball just misses the outside corner. It's ball one. The count is 1 ball and no strikes after Garrett's 50th pitch of the day. Again, a 2:30 start due to impending weather, as the 1-0 was popped up at foul and out of play. It's strike one. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. As of noon today, the start of this game was moved up from 5:15 to 2:30 to avoid some impending weather that is expected to come in around 6 o'clock today. As Paxton chases a breaking ball in the dirt, and that's strike two. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The forecasts have been looking better throughout the day. At last check, just prior to game time, the rain and the thunderstorms were supposed to come in at around 6 o'clock, as the 1-2 is chopped down the right side, but it bounces foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. But still a good crowd here at Blink Field for this game between the Flames and the Spartans this afternoon. Pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for the Flames as Paxton hits one in the air to center field. That one is caught on a line by the center fielder Loeffler. 2 away, and here comes a pinch hitter for the Flames, a new player for this Flames squad. His name is Ernie Giraci out of Farmingdale State College. First appearance of the season. He just arrived today with the Flames. He pinch hits for Reed Gibbs here in the fourth inning. First pitch fastball finds the zone. Strike one, the count is 0-1. So a new addition to this Flames squad. He is listed as an outfielder on the roster. Breaky ball is in there for strike two. The count now no balls and 2 strikes. As Garrett is pounding the zone against him right away. The 0-2 is grounded hard but foul down the third base line. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Giraci, if that is pronounced correctly. Again, we just learned about his arriving with the team today, so we will get a pronunciation for sure tomorrow. As the 0-2 fastball is outside for ball one. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Giraci will be a junior at Farmingdale State College this fall. He is from East Moriche, New York. East Moriche, New York. As he swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 3, and he strikes out in his first at-bat with the Flames. Onondaga goes down 1-2-3 in the fourth. On to the bottom half of the inning. Flames still ahead 4-3 here on Team Line. Welcome back to Flames Baseball on Team Line. Some defensive changes made by the Flames after Ernie Giraci in his team appearance made a pinch hit appearance at the plate to end the fourth inning. He stays in the game to play left field. He is in Reed Gibbs' spot in the order. Gibbs was at second base. So moving over to center field from left is Adam Gordon, and moving into second base from center is Jack Cherno. As Jeremy Taylor is back on the bump for his fourth inning of work in today's start, he faces Lou Michelli to begin the fourth as Michelli lines one down the right side. It drops in for a base hit in front of Mike Nitzel. Takes a couple hops. Michelli runs first, but puts on the brakes, and he has himself a leadoff single on the first pitch of the inning. That brings up Brandon Shirley, the first baseman. Taylor at 52 pitches now on the day through 3+ innings. And also taking a look at the forecast now, we have said throughout the broadcast it has been getting better throughout the day. Well, some good news now is that according to my iPhone weather, the rain has a 30% chance of arriving starting at 7 o'clock p.m. tonight. Taylor throws over to first. It's not in time to get Michelli, so the rain is doing exactly what we want it to, and that is hold off until this game ends. We'll see if it continues to wait until later tonight. Here's first one to Shirley, and the fastball's on the outside corner. It is strike one. The count is 0-1. Shirley, his first time up, reached on a walk. He stole second base, which helped out Lou Michelli steal home. As Taylor throws over to first, not in time. Runners were at the corners and nobody out. Shirley took off for second. The throw was at second, not in time to get Shirley, and Michelli took home as a result. Here comes the 0-1 from Taylor, and the fastball is hit in the air to left field. Coming in to try and get us Giraci, he does. And that's his first put out with the team. Fly out to left, one away here in the fourth. That brings up the designated hitter, Ramiro Rodriguez. Good situational hitting for him last time up. An RBI ground out to third. That scored the last run we've seen in this game to this point. The third for the Spartans that made the score 4-3 on Onondaga at that point. He's up at the plate with one out and a runner on first. Throw over to first is not in time to try and get Michelli. Taylor's just checking on the runner over there. Next time these two teams will play, the Spartans will make their first trip to OCC, at least to play the Flames this season. That'll be on July 6th. Throw over to first. Michelli's gunning for second base. Paxton has the throw. He's in a pickle. Michelli now. Ruggiero with it. Taylor with the tag. And that's a 1-3-6-1 to catch Michelli stealing for the second out of the inning. Some good defensive execution by the Flames to record the second out. Second night in a row, we've seen a pickoff move result in the runner from first base start running towards second. And another perfectly executed pickle by the Flames on defense. Breaking ball is low and away, finds the dirt for Rodriguez. It is ball one. Count 1-0 to begin his plate appearance with now 2 outs and nobody on base. Here comes the 1-0 from Taylor, and the fastball is up. Ball 2, the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Spartans have gotten the best of the Flames in their first 2 meetings. As here comes the 2-0. Fastball fouled back to the screen, high off the screen. And it lands just in front of me on the other side of the fence. Strike one, the count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Rodriguez. A 3-run 8th inning propelled the Spartans to victory on the second day of the season, Syracuse's opening day against the Flames. As here's the 2-1. Fastball stays up for ball 3. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Game was tied at 1 in the 8th inning. The Spartans scored 3 to propel themselves to victory 4-1 on June 2nd. And then June 10th, Spartans took a big lead in the first 5-0. Didn't look back. They won 10-7 over the Flames as Rodriguez fouls it over the screen and out of play behind home plate. And the count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes, as that pitch was number 60 for Jeremy Taylor on the day. Taylor looks in for the sign, he winds and deals the payoff, and the fastball just misses up for ball 4. That is a very disciplined take by Rodriguez, and the Spartans get a 2-out base runner on the walk by Ramiro Rodriguez. Catcher Colin Rios now up to the plate for the Spartans. He grounded out to third his first time up. Rios, last time we saw him, it was the top of the third inning, and he tagged out Mike Netzel at home plate to keep the Flames off the scoreboard in the third inning. First pitch fastball is popped up. Shallow left center, Ruggiero on it, so is Adam Gordon. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Spartans strand 1, and nobody has scored since the second inning. Flames lead the Spartans 4-3 after 4. Flames lead the Spartans 4-3 to begin this fifth inning of play. Eric Moon with you today here on Team Line. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross are both on assignment. They will be back on the call tomorrow night when the Flames take on the Syracuse Saltcats at 5 p.m. from Onondaga Community College. Flames will be the road team in that contest. Here's Jack Cherno, the second baseman, to lead things off in the fifth inning. Flames have only had 3 base runners since their 4-run first inning. As here comes the first one from Joe Garrett. The fastball's up and away. Ball 1, the count, 1 ball and no strikes. And Joe Garrett, since coming in for the injured Anthony Kane, has been tremendous in this one for the Spartans. As here comes the 1-0. Fastball just misses. And it's a quick 2-0 count to Cherno. Just a couple hits allowed by Garrett. He has a pair of strikeouts. He has hit 1 batter, but besides the home run to Jared Grosskooth, he has avoided trouble for the most part. As the 2-0's popped up towards shallow left. Spinella takes a few steps in and makes the catch. First out of the fifth inning here at Blank Field. And now Brian Hart, the designated hitter, comes up to the plate for the Flames. He is 0 for 1 on the day, but he reached on a hit batsman in the first inning as he lines one pretty deep towards left field with a chase on it. Spinella, he makes the catch. As unfortunately that was hit pretty much right at Spinella. And quickly, 2 are away here in the top of the fifth inning for the Flames. Here's Adam Gordon now, the center fielder in this one after the defensive changes made in the last half inning by the Flames. Gordon on the day is 1 for 2 with an RBI double that was hit all the way to the wall in right field as the first pitch fastball finds the dirt. Ball one, the count 1-0. That opened the scoring in this one. Taking a look now around the NYCBL on the out-of-town scoreboard. 5 games today, but given the early start, only one other game is going on right now, and that's in Cortland. As here's the 1-0. Pitch is low and in on Gordon again. He had to hop out of the way. It's ball 2. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. The game in Cortland is between the Rome Generals and the Cortland Crush. First game for the Crush at Wallace Field this season. They will play all their home games there for the rest of the season. As Gordon chops one off of Garrett, played it short by Padone. The throw to first is not in time. And with some good luck, Adam Gordon has himself his second base hit of the day. Flames get a man on with 2 away. That brings up Mike Netzel. No official at-bats for him on the day, but he's reached on a walk and a hit batsman. In that game in Cortland, the Crush has an 11-4 lead on the Rome Generals in the bottom of the 7th inning. That game started at 2 o'clock. Our game started at 2:30 as Netzel hits in the air. Left field, that's pretty deep. However, stopping his momentum and trying to track it to Spinella, he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Flames get a man on, but strand him, and we're halfway home from Blink Field. Flames have a 4-3 lead on the Spartans. Bottom of the 5th inning set to get underway between the Flames and the Spartans from Blink Field here at Hopkins Park in Liverpool, New York. Flames have a 4-3 advantage on the Spartans. No scoring since the 2nd inning of play. For the Flames, they haven't put runs on the scoreboard since the 1st. As Jeremy Taylor steps back on the mound for his 5th inning of work in today's start. His first start of the season. He's allowed 3 runs in his first 4 innings. Faces 9-1-2 in the Spartan order to begin the 5th inning. First pitch fastball is over the plate for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Spinella popped out to short his first time up. That ended the 2nd inning. As here's the 0-1 from Taylor. Fastball is hit in the air pretty deep to center field. Gordon takes a few steps to his right and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order now, and that brings up Josh Loeffler, the center fielder. Loeffler, another good hitter on this Spartans team, but he's struggling a bit at the plate today. He's 0 for 2. He has only seen 3 pitches from Jeremy Taylor. First one was a strike in the first inning. Then he grounded out to Jared Grosskut at third base. As Loeffler grounds one off his foot while he was in the batter's box. And that's strike 1. The count is 0-1. Bit of a late call from the home plate umpire, but Loeffler pretended like it didn't hit his foot and started hustling towards the first base bag. 0-1 the count. And then on the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the 3rd inning, he was the leadoff man that inning. Loeffler popped out to second base. Here's the 0-1 from Taylor. And the fastball, the off-speed pitch is low and away. Ball 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike to the Spartans center fielder. Taylor winds and deals the 1-1 here. And the fastball is a blooper in the air towards short. Mike Ruggiero makes the easy grab. And that is the second out of the inning. Line out to Ruggiero. And that brings up the shortstop, Andrew Padone. And Padone was at the center of attention in his last at-bat and also on the base pass. Very active, as we were talking about during his at-bat. 15 of 18 on stolen bases, entering his plate appearance as he lines one foul to the left side. It's strike one, the count is 0-1. He reached on a single, stole second, and then without even needing Taylor to throw a pitch, he stole third base. As here's the 0-1 from Taylor. Fastball on the lower third, a beauty for strike two, and the count now no balls and 2 strikes on Padone. As Taylor reaches 70 pitches with this one right here. And here is the 0-2 fastball is a waste pitch up and away. It's ball 1, the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Padone. Ground out to second, his first time up prior to the single in the third inning. Taylor still looking for the sign from Trace Pearson. Now time is called by the home plate umpire at the request of Andrew Padone. He readjusts his batting gloves and steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Here's a 1-2 from Taylor. Fastball's low and in the dirt. Ball 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Spartans shortstop, who steps back in quickly. Taylor begins the wind of the deal once again. Quickly, and the 2-2 is chopped over the mound. Played at second, and it gets under the glove of Cherno and into center field for a hit. Padone took a big turn around first base after Gordon dropped the ball. However, he goes back to the first base bag, settling for a single. Tough play for Cherno because it was a bouncer over the mound. And then once the ball hit the dirt, it didn't bounce. It just rolled under the glove of Cherno. Tough play to make, a single regardless, and Padone's second hit of the day extends the inning for the Spartans. Here's Eddie Peachman, 1 for 2 this afternoon with a home run in the first inning to get Syracuse on the scoreboard. First one from Taylor is a fastball hit in the air to center field, left center. Gordon charging in to get it. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Spartans get a man on, but leave him stranded. And through 5 innings of play, the Flames have a 4-3 lead on the league-leading Spartans. Just about set to go here in the top of the 6th inning. 5, 6, 7 in the Flame order to begin the 6th. Onondaga ahead 4-3. No runs scored by either side since the 2nd inning as Jared Grosguth steps up to the plate. Good day for him. He is 2 for 2 with a 3-run home run and a single that almost scored a run. A great throw from Josh Loeffler in center field, threw out Mike Netzel trying to score on the single. And a great tag from Colin Rios, too. First one this inning from Joe Garrett is a breaking ball that just misses the inside corner. Ball 1, the count 1-0 as Garrett begins now his fifth full inning of relief. He has pitched 4 2/3 innings to this point as the fastball just misses inside again. It is ball 2, the count now 2 balls and no strikes to Groskuth. Groskuth has 2 of the 4 hits today off of Joe Garrett. As the 2-0 fastball almost found the dirt, it's low for ball 3. And the count now 3 balls and no strikes. Garrett has been solid today for the Spartans in relief. As here comes the 3-0. Fastball gets the inside corner. It is strike 1, the count now 3 balls and 1 strike to the Flame third baseman. The home run in the first inning nearly doubled his RBI total from 4 to 7 on the year. As a 3-1 breaking ball finds the dirt for ball 4, and Groskuth draws a leadoff walk for the Flames as they try to get back on the scoreboard for the first time since the first inning. Here's Trace Peterson, the catcher for Onondaga. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a ground out to short. Since the first inning, the Flames offense has quieted down again. It was very quiet in the first 6 innings of last night's ball game. As that pitch plunks Peterson on the left shoulder. And after the walk to Groskuth, pitch gets away from Garrett and Peterson's on with nobody out. Runners on first and second now for the Flames. And here's Mike Ruggiero, the shortstop. Hit a ball well his last time up. However, it was a line drive right to Eddie Peachman in right field. As now a trip is being made to the mound to talk to Joe Garrett, Colin Rios, and the Spartan infield. No signal has been made to the bullpen, so we don't expect to see a new pitcher here for the Spartans. As Joe Garrett has picked up the load today for the Syracuse pitching staff since Anthony Kane, on a pickoff move in the first inning, turned his left ankle and was forced to come out of this game with an injury. Flames haven't scored since the first inning. However, their 4-run first inning was the end of a 3-inning stretch in which the Flames scored a combined 10 runs. 3 in the 7th inning, 3 in the 8th, both last night, and 4 in the first inning today. However, in these last 4 innings, and in the first 6 innings last night, the Flames have scored just 1 run. That's a combined total of 6 innings, so this offense has been a little streaky as of late. Garrett looks off the runner, Groskuth at second. Squared up on Ruggiero. He pulls it back, takes a swing, and fouls it away to the left side. It's strike 1. The count is 0-1. Badone was going to cover the second base bag, and then he ran in front of Groskuth when Ruggiero squared up to bunt. Badone was coming in because the third baseman, Lou Michelli, needed to cover the third base bag. Here's the 0-1. He squares up the bunt again, pulls it back on a pitch that's well above the zone. And it's ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike to the Flames shortstop. And obviously the move here, if you're the Flames, just to advance both runners 90 feet. Try and get 2 runners in scoring position with 1 away. Ruggiero squares up the bunt again, pops it up, it drops in front of the pitcher, Garrett. Here hands it, throws it to third, it's wide left. Michelli kept it from going into left field. However, on the fielder's choice, all 3 runners now on base for the Flames. Bases loaded, nobody out here for Corbin Paxton. So Garrett tries to go for the lead runner, Groskuth. The throw is a little left. And so the sacrifice bunt turns into a fielder's choice. that loads the bases. As Corbin Paxton steps in with a big chance to perhaps open this game wide open once again. Infield playing in for the Spartans. Breaky ball finds the dirt. Rios keeps it in front of him. It's ball one. The count now 1 ball and no strikes to begin the at bat. Paxton 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to the pitcher, Goretz, and a fly out to center for him. Obviously, for the Spartan infield, the play is at home with the whole infield playing in. Pretty big hole between Padone, the shortstop, and Michelli, the third baseman, though, as Paxton pops it up towards second base. And the second baseman, Racing Cone, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings up Ernie Girachi for his second plate appearance with the Flames.
The left fielder, Ernie Girachi.
And Girachi, well, he just arrived with the team today, and now his second at bat is up with the bases loaded and one away. How about that for a big spot? First pitch is hit in the air. High and deep. Center field, right center field rather. The catch is made by Peachman. All runners tag. Paxton's the only one that puts on the brakes. Grusku scores. Peterson at third, and the Flames are back on the scoreboard. RBI sac fly for Girachi, his first RBI with the team. And the Flames have breathing room again on the scoreboard. It's 5-3. A first pitch fastball that was ripped to right field.
The second baseman, Jack Chernow.
And that got a run home to get the Flames going once again on the scoreboard. One that is smiling in favor of the Flames right now. Here's Jack Chernow at the top of the order. Another chance to add to the lead. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Throw over to first is not in time to get Ruggiero. So Girachi did something that I usually like to see. Usually that first pitch fastball over the plate is the best pitch you'll see in an at-bat. And Girachi took advantage of the fastball over the plate and hit it well to right field. He got the job done, and the pitch, meanwhile, here is high to Chernow for ball 1. Count now 1 ball and no strikes. Pair of flyouts for Chernow on the day, in between a ground out to first base. He entered this game as the leading hitter for the Flames at .366 on the season in 12 games, as time is called at the request of Chernow. Since arriving with the team, Chernow had started every game for the Flames, as now time is called. Brian Burns making a trip to the mound. Has not made a signal to the pen. From the looks of it, though, from this visit, Joe Goretz's day is done on the bump for the Spartans. Flames have won in the inning. They lead 5-3. We'll tell you all about the new Spartan pitcher when we come back. Back here at Blink Field for the top of the sixth inning between the Flames and the Spartans. Flames have already scored one in the inning, and the new pitcher for the Spartans is Isaiah Osby out of Casanova College, a native of Endicott, New York. Osby has pitched in 4 games to this point, 6 innings, 5 hits. He has not allowed a run, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he has no record on the season. He faces Jack Cherno, who is up at the plate with a 1-0 count. A rarity we have seen today, both Spartan pitching changes, which have come in the middle innings. Well, which have come in the during the inning, have come in the middle of at-bats. As Cherno steps in against Osby. Runners are at the corners and 2 away. The 1-0 fastball just misses inside to Cherno. It is ball 2, the count now. 2 balls and no strikes. Joe Goretz's line, 5 1/3 solid innings today. 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And to this point, he has allowed 2 runs, both earned. If both runners on base score, his number will move up to 4 as the pitch is up and in on Cherno. 3 balls and no strikes. So the runners on base, if they score, are charged to Goretz. Anybody after, charged to Osby or any pitcher coming in afterwards. As Osby, the left-handed pitcher, is facing the left-handed batter Cherno with a 3-0 count. And here it is. And the fastball just misses outside for ball 4. That loads up the bases again on a 4-pitch walk to Cherno. And the batter is now Brian Hart, the designated hitter. So now on third base is Trace Peterson. He's been there the whole time. Mike Ruggiero on second. And Jack Cherno on first. With Hart at the plate, he's 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on a hit batsman in the first inning. Came around to score the Flames' first run of the day. Strikeout looking and a fly out to left for him as well as the fastball finds his own this time. Strike 1 to Hart. The count is 0-1. Osby is a graduate of Union Endicott High School and at Casanova College. He is majoring in sport management. As here comes the 0-1 from Osby, and the breaking ball just misses up for ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike, and this is something interesting about Osby too. He has a favorite quote, and his favorite quote is, "If people are not laughing at your goals, then they are too small." Folks, those are words to live by, for sure. Here's the 1-1. Fastball is low and in on Hart for ball 2. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Hart usually getting the start in the middle infield for the Flames. Lately, he has been starting at second base. But today, he's just the designated hitter for the Flames. He's able to just get in the at-bats. Able to relax in the bottom half of the innings as the pitch was inside and got away from Rios, but no runners advance. 3 balls and 1 strike to Hart. And now Osby's 1 pitch away from walking in another Flame run. Onondaga already ahead 5-3 with a run scored in the inning. Osby, the lefty, has the sign. And here's the 3-1 to Hart. Fastball catches the inside corner. Strike 2 on a good pitch from Osby. Count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the Spartans are just trying to keep the deficit where it is at a 2-run Flame lead. Flames fans, of course, hoping for something else. Here's the payoff. And the pitch is up and in for ball 4. Hart draws a walk. He gets an RBI. And the Flames now lead at 6-3. And for Hart, that will count as RBI number 15 on the year, which is just 1 behind the team leader, A.J.D. Filippo now. As Adam Gordon is taking a second here to strap on his elbow guard before he comes up to the batter's box. Same situation here. Bases are loaded 2 away. And the Flames have already scored 2 in the inning. Gordon has had a good day at the plate. He's had a good couple days at the plate. As the fastball gets to the lower third of the zone, it's strike one, the count 0-1. So the run that just scored is charged to Joe Garrett. That's now 3 charged to him today. If Ruggiero scores, that run is also charged to Garrett. However, the rest of the base runners will be charged to Osby if they score. 0-1 is hit in the air to right field by Gordon. Chasing to his right is Peachman. To his left and making the catch is Loeffler. And that will do it for the 6th inning. But the Flames, despite stranding the bases loaded, put 2 more on the board. And they extend their lead to 3 after 5.5 from Blake Field. Back for the bottom of the 6th inning between the Flames and the Spartans this afternoon. Eric Moon with you today. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross both on assignment as the Spartans get set to try and answer the Flames 2 runs in the top half of the inning with at least one of their own here in the bottom of the 6th. 4, 5, 6 in the Syracuse order. And it's Racing Cone, the second baseman, to lead things off against Jeremy Taylor, who's had a good first start of the year to this point. Zincone lines one up the middle for a base hit, and the leadoff man is on the first pitch of the 6th inning. Taylor now up to 74 pitches on the day, as that brings up the third baseman, Lou Michelli. Michelli is 1 for 2 on the day, but he has reached base in both of his plate appearances. Reached on an error to lead off the second, reached on a base hit to lead off the 4th. Here comes the first one from Taylor, and the fastball is grounded hard but foul down the left side. It's strike one. The count is 0-1 to Michelli. And Michelli is a pretty dangerous hitter for this Spartans squad, leading the team in RBIs with 18 coming into this game. Here's the 0-1 from Taylor, and the fastball's popped up but foul to the right side. It's strike 2, the count now, no balls and 2 strikes, as a couple kids sitting nearby go after the foul ball now. No balls and 2 strikes to Michelli. And here is the 0-2 from Taylor, and the breaking ball trying to get him to chase is low and away. Ball 1, the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Spartan third baseman. Flames middle infielders Ruggiero and Cherno at shortstop and second base in double play depth with a runner on first and nobody out. And the 1-2 fastball just misses outside. It's ball 2, the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been quite the day for Jeremy Taylor on the mound. Allowed 3 runs in the first 2 innings, but since he has kept Syracuse off the scoreboard for the moment. Once again, that Spartan offense can light it up whenever they can turn it on, as the throw over to first is not in time to get Zincone. Spartan offense can wake up at any moment. Here's a 2-2 from Taylor. Runner goes, and Michelli hits one off his left leg. It went right towards the third baseman, Groskuth. It's so hard that it looked like just a ground ball to the third baseman, Groskuth. Michelli hops it off, and now he walks it off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spartans, since they last played the Flames, this is when their streak started. They have won 9 of their last 11 to take the Eastern Division lead with authority. Another throw over to first by Taylor is not in time. The Flames took second place, meanwhile, in the Eastern Division last night with their win over the Sherrill Silversmiths. As here's the 2-2. Fastball fouled back to the screen, high off the screen. That's another foul ball, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Flames now lead the Silversmiths by half a game for that second spot. They're tied with the Rome Generals, as the throw over to first is not in time. Generals and Silversmiths both 9-9 on the year. Flames are 9-8, and the Spartans are full 3 games ahead of Onondaga at 12-5. Another throw over to first, not in time. The Rome Generals are the final opponent for the Flames in the Eastern Division that they have not faced yet after meeting the Silversmiths for the first time last night. As Michelli hits one in the air pretty deep to left field. Back is Girardi. He's at the wall. It bounces off the wall and away from Girardi. Rounding third and heading home is Zincone. Heading towards third is Michelli. He's in standing up with an RBI triple. That's his 19th RBI of the year, and the Spartans are back on the scoreboard. It is now 6-4 Onondaga. Second hit of the day for Michelli is a long triple over the head of Girachi in left field and off the wall. So now that brings up Brandon Shirley, the first baseman, who was 0 for 1 on the day with a walk, a run scored, and a fly out to left. First one is Shirley, squares up the bunt, but pulls it back on a fastball that's up. It's ball 1 to count 1-0. Corner infielders in on the grass. Paxton at first base, still on the dirt. Now he's walking into the grass. Playing relatively in also is Ruggiero and Cherno. They're pretty much on the grass too. 1-0 off speed from Taylor is on the inside corner. It's strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Don't be surprised if Shirley tries to lay down the bunt again a little later in the at-bat if the at-bat goes pretty long. 1-1, squares up the bunt again, lays it down. Right in front of Taylor, he snags it. Michelli holds up at third base and throw it to first to Cherno is in time for the out. And on the unsuccessful suicide squeeze, that is, the Flames record the first out of the inning. Robert Anders, the pitching coach, now makes a visit to the mound to talk to Jeremy Taylor, Trace Peterson, and the infield. Rather, Trace Peterson is staying behind home plate. This is just a talk for Taylor. Now the whole infield and Peterson convenes. So the situation remains a runner on third and 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Flames ahead 6-4. Michelli still on the third base bag as the meeting concludes on the mound. Pitcher warming up in the Flames pen from the looks of it. Can't tell from our vantage point who it is from here. as Taylor continues to chat with Jared Groskuth and Trace Pearson. Now they disperse from the bump, and Taylor walks off the mound to collect his thoughts before this at bat here as he faces Ramiel Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 1 on the day, but he has an RBI ground out. Reached on a walk in the fourth. Right-handed batter against Taylor. First one this at bat is grounded towards first, and it hits the bag. Paxton grabs it though and tags the first base bag. And this will be another RBI ground out for Rodriguez as Michelli scores from third. Paxton missed it initially, but it got the bag. And Rodriguez has his second RBI of the day. It's now 6-5. So the Spartans answer the 2 runs by the Flames in the top half of the inning with 2 of their own at least here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Rodriguez has his second RBI of the day. That's his 5th of the season as Rios hits it in the air. A pop-up right side towards foul territory. Paxton and Netzel on the run, but that will drop foul. And that is strike one. The count is 0-1. Rios on the day is 0 for 2 with a pop out to short and a fly out to center. His fly out to center led off the 5th inning, and then his pop out to short ended the 2nd. As the home plate umpire tosses a baseball back to the Spartan dugout, one they didn't need. Perhaps they'll need it later, though, as the 0-1 fastball just misses outside. Count evens up and a ball and a strike to Rios. Here is the 1-1. Rios chops it towards short. Good hop for Ruggiero. He takes his time, throws on to first, and that's in time and on target for the final out of the inning. However, the Spartans put up 2 on the scoreboard, and they're within 1 again after 6 innings of play. It's now 6-5 Flames in this wacky tilt between division rivals. We're 2/3 of the way through this one between the Flames and the Spartans this afternoon, quickly turning into the evening as we're just past 4:45 Eastern Time. Mike Netzel to lead things off for the Flames in the top of the 7th inning after a pretty active 6th inning in which both teams scored 2 runs. So going to the 7th, the Flames still up only 1 on the Syracuse Spartans, a 6-5 score, as Isaiah Osby deals a first pitch fastball that just misses low and in. Ball 1, the count 1-0. Osby came in at the end of the 6th inning to face the final 3 batters, Jack Cherno, Brian Hart, and Adam Gordon. As here's the 1-0 fastball. It's well high and above the zone. It's ball 2. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. He walked, of those 3 batters, Osby walked 2 of them, including Brian Hart, who walked in a run. And he got Adam Gordon to fly out. 2-0 fastballs over the plate for strike 1. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Netzel. Netzel 0 for 1 today, but in 3 plate appearances, 3 plate appearances, he has reached base twice. 2-1 from the lefty is a fastball well above the zone again. Looked just like ball 2. And now it's ball 3. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike to Netzel. Netzel trying to get on base once again. Here's the 3-1 fastball. Misses high for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Netzel. Already his 14th on the season. And the leadoff man is on for the Flames for Jared Groskuth. Groskuth 2 for 2 on the day. He has reached in all 3 of his plate appearances. As he gets the signs from head coach Mike Cordero down the third base side. Groskuth, the right-handed batter, stepping in against Osby. 3-run home run in the first, single in the third, a walk and a run scored in the 6th. Netzel goes on the pickoff attempt to first, throw down to second, ticks off the glove of Padone into center field. So Netzel gets a stolen base too without Osby having to throw a pitch. And that's some good luck too for Netzel because he was gunning for second. He leaned the wrong way and didn't hesitate. The throw to second went off. Couldn't tell from here. It either went off the glove of Padone into center field or Netzel into center field. Either way, it counts as a stolen base nonetheless. And the Flames have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Osby fixed the pickoff to second, steps off the rubber, but nobody was covering the bag. So Osby now steps back on the rubber on the mound. And the first one to Groskuth. Here's a fastball well outside. Ball 1, the count. 1 ball and no strikes. So Osby, of the first 4 hitters he's faced, he has walked 3 of them now. Checking on the runner at second. Here is the pitch. It is a fastball well high again for ball 2. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. As going out to the mound to talk with Osby is the catcher Rios. 5 pitches this inning. 6 of 7 pitches for Osby this inning. He has missed the zone. On 3 of them, he missed high with the fastball. And that might be something where a pitcher's not arching his back enough, not following through as much as you would like to see a pitcher follow through on a pitch. The release is just a little early, and the ball goes high as a result. But a 2-0 count here for Jared Groskuth. And here is the 2-0. Groskuth squares up the bunt, pulls it back, and the fastball just missed. It's ball 3. Count now 3 balls and no strikes to the Flame third baseman. And he likely will be taken all the way here on 3-0 with a runner on second and nobody out. Osby turns around to pick it off, to try and pick off Netzel at second, but nobody was covering the bag again. So Osby now is back on the rubber. And here's a 3-0 fastball. That finds the zone. Right down Broadway for Osby. A get-me-over fastball. Gets Osby back in the count. It is now 3 balls and 1 strike to the Flame third baseman, Jared Groskuth, at the plate. A dangerous hitter, especially today for Onondaga. And here is the 3-1. Fastball is up and away for ball 4. Groskuth draws his second walk in 2 at-bats. And now there are 2 runners on and nobody out, and Trace Peterson, the catcher, steps up to the plate. Peterson, in 3 plate appearances, has drawn a walk and been hit by a pitch. as Rios, as well as the left side of the infield, Michelli and Padone head out to the bump to talk with Isaiah Osby for just a second. Perhaps definitely trying to get his confidence up as Osby has faced 5 batters now in this game and he's walked 4 of them. He has only thrown 2 strikes in this inning. He has thrown 21 pitches on the day and only 5 of them have hit the zone. 16 balls, 5 strikes. Not the pitch count you would like to see as a pitcher, or if you're the Spartans today. And now a trip is being made to the mound by Brian Burns for the Spartans. We do see some Flames getting warmed up just outside the dugout. From the looks of it, a pitcher in the pen, as well as Jimmy Flahive tossing with Chris Burnett. Meanwhile, Isaiah Osby is out of the ball game. We'll tell you about the new Spartan pitcher when we come back here on Team Line. Flames ahead 6-5, threatening to score. New pitcher for the Syracuse Spartans is Cody Castle, an incoming sophomore at Herkimer County Community College. Castle's making his 6th appearance on the season. He has pitched 7 innings to this point. In those 7 innings, he's allowed 7 runs, only 6 of them earned. He has allowed 4 walks, he has struck out 5, and he has an 0-2 record on the year. He comes in inheriting a 2-runner no-out situation. Runners on first and second, nobody out. For Trace Peterson here in the top of the 7th inning, Flames up 6-5, and Peterson squares up the bunt before Castle even sets. Here it is, and Peterson lays it down right back to Castle. He bobbles it, drops it, and Peterson's on first base. A sac bunt and an E1 as Castle tried to make the play a little too quickly as the ball went up and then down to the ground. And now the bases are loaded for Mike Ruggiero with nobody out in the inning. So no official at-bats for Trace Peterson. He's only had 1 so far in this game in 4 plate appearances. Mike Ruggiero, meanwhile, is 0 for 3 at the plate, but he reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. First pitch is on the inside corner. It is strike 1. The count is 0-1 to begin the at-bat. So Isaiah Osby on the mound finishes with a third of an inning on the mound. He didn't allow a hit. He didn't strike out a batter. but he allowed 4 walks on the 5 batters he faced. As time is called by the home plate umpire. The runners on second and third, if they score, are charged to Osby. The runner on first, Peterson, if he scores, is charged to Castle. 0-1. Fastball fouled away to the right side and out of play. And the count is quickly now no balls and 2 strikes. Ruggiero, his second time up, showed some good power the other way. Hit a deep fly ball to right, but pretty much hit it directly at Eddie Peachman, the right fielder. Here's the 0-2 from Castle, and the breaking ball and the fastball swung on missed for strike 3. Got him to chase the pitch off the plate outside, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. 1 away now here in the 7th, and now Corbin Paxton steps up to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 away. Second at bat in a row that Paxton has stepped up to the plate with the bases juiced. For his first time in his last at bat, he popped out to the second baseman, Ray Zincone. As time is called by the home plate umpire again. Paxton back in the box now, the left-handed batter. Trying to extend the Flames' lead once again. And here's the first one as Paxton pops it up to shallow center field. Loeffler charging in. Tagging is Netzel. The catch is made. Netzel's heading home. Here's the throw. It is high. It is 1 hop to Rios and not nearly in time to get Netzel. An RBI sac fly for Corbin Paxton. He gets the job done, and the Flames extend their lead to 7-5. Spartans checked if Netzel left a little early to throw to first. The throw was to the third baseman, Michelli, but according to the home plate umpire, Netzel did tag and leave after the catch was made. So now the Flames have some breathing room on the scoreboard again. The score is 7-5 as Ernie Giraci steps up to the plate with the runners on first and second and 2 away. First pitch breaking ball is low. That's ball 1, the count now. 1 ball and no strikes to begin the at-bat. Giraci has made 2 plate appearances in this game and in this season, his season debut. A strikeout swinging and an RBI sac fly. 1-0. Popped him up, left side of the infield. Calling it as Andrew Bedone, the shortstop. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Flames strand 2, but they get 1 on the scoreboard, and they have a little breathing room once again. We're at the 7th inning stretch at Blank Field in Liverpool, and the Flames have a 7-5 lead here on Team Line. Set to begin the bottom of the seventh from Blake Field in Liverpool, New York. Flames ahead 7-5. The new pitcher on for the Flames is Jeff DiStefano. This is his sixth game of the season. He has pitched 5 1/3 innings for the Flames. Made an appearance in the 8th inning last night. So he's getting 2 consecutive appearances for the Flames in 2 consecutive games. Pitched in a scoreless 8th last night. Pair of flyouts to right. Served a walk and then struck out a batter. And now it's Nick Spinella to lead things off for the Spartans. First pitch to him from DiStefano is a fastball over the plate. It's strike one. The count's 0-1. Excellent outing today by Jeremy Taylor in his first start of the season. As here's the 0-1 from DiStefano, and Spinella grounds it foul off the Flames dugout, and the count's quickly 0-2. Yes, Taylor did give up 5 runs, all of which were earned. However, that is definitely an accomplishment against the Spartan offense. 7 hits, 2 walks, as well as the breaky ball is swung on, missed by Spinella for strike 3. Spinella goes down on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, sir. 1 away here in the 7th. And here's Josh Loeffler, the center fielder. Loeffler 0 for 3 on the day. And Taylor today showed that, in a way, he's similar to Gunnar Groen on the bump, the same way Ryan Cooper is similar. The starting pitcher last night for the Silversmiths is similar to Groen. Both pitch to contact and both work quickly. As the fastball's outside to Loeffler for ball 1, the count 1-0. Cooper works a little quicker than Jeremy Taylor, as his pace was pretty brisk last night. As the fastball to Loeffler's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And after going 3 innings without seeing a run scored before the 6th inning, we've seen at least 1 run scored in the last 3. In the last inning and a half, as that's a hard grounder towards second. Bobbled by Cherno. He barehands it, throws to first. It is not in time to get Loeffler. A bad hop on him. And that will be an error charged to Cherno. Second error, or the third error of the day by the Flames. First one since the 2nd inning. Spartans get a runner on with 1 away. And here is Andrew Padone, who was 2 for 3 on the day. He has been one of the 2 big hitters for the Spartans team today. As the breaking ball from DiStefano misses. Ball 1, the count 1 ball and no strikes. The last 2 times that Padone recorded base hits. Before that, a ground out to second. All against Jeremy Taylor, of course, as the 1-0 is grounded hard towards short. Picked by Ruggiero, tossed to the bag in time, throw to first in time. 6-4-3 double play, and the Flames get out of the inning unscathed. 7-5 on Onondaga after 7 here on Team Line. Back for the 8th inning between the Flames and the Spartans. In Liverpool, New York, at Blinkfield today, Eric Moon with you on the call. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross both on assignment today. As Jack Chernow is set to lead off the 8th inning for the Flames. A big double play got Onondaga out of the last half inning. And they have a 2-run advantage with 2 innings to go from Blinkfield, with rain impending in a little less than 2 hours now. As the first pitch, off-speed pitch from Cody Castle misses outside. Ball 1 to count, 1 ball and no strikes. Castle faced the last 4 batters in the 7th inning. Able to retire a couple of them as Chernow pops one up to center. Loeffler makes the easy play and the easy catch for the first out of the 8th. That is the 3rd flyout of the day for Chernow. And here is Brian Hart now. He is 0 for 2 on the day, but he has reached in 2 of his 4 plate appearances. Hit batsman in the first, he came around to score a run. And then with a walk in the 6th inning, he brought in a run. First pitch is in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. So Castle faced the final 4 batters of the 7th inning. On a sac bunt, he bobbled the ball, and that resulted in Peterson reaching base. As the breaking ball is low and away for ball 1. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Then he got Ruggiero to strike out on a 0-2 pitch. Corbin Paxton hit a sac fly to center that scored a run, and then Ernie Giraci popped out to short as that pitch finds his own. Strike 2, the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hart. And Hart requests time, and he is granted time by the home plate umpire Ron Starziak. 1-2 the count. And here it is. Popped up by Hart towards shallow right center. Calling it is Raising Cohn, the second baseman, backpedaling into right center field. He makes the catch, and that is the second out of the top of the 8th inning. That brings up the center fielder, Adam Gordon, who has had a good couple days at the plate, to say the least. 2 for 4 today, 3 for 4 last night. Combined 5 for 8, and of those 5 hits, 3 of them have gone for extra bases. An RBI double in the first inning, and he hit for 3/4 of the cycle last night. First one at Gordon is fouled back to the screen. That is strike 1. The count 0-1 quickly in this at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 8th inning for Onondaga. In his other at-bats today, Gordon singled, flied out to left, and flied out to center. Here's the 0-1 from Castle, and that pitch forces Gordon to lean back a bit and hop out of the way. Pitch is inside for ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Approaching 5:15 p.m. here at Blinkfield. Due to the impending weather, that original start time was moved up to 2:30 today. As Gordon swings and misses at a high fastball. Strike 2, the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Took a big cut and missed, and now takes a walk around home plate. So 5:15 was the original start time today. So instead of starting the game up in a couple minutes, we're already through little more than 7 innings here in Liverpool, New York today. Here's a 1-2 from Castle, and the breaking pitch is low and in the dirt. That's ball 2. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gordon. Castle has retired 5 batters in a row, and he's only faced 6 in this ball game so far in relief. Here's a 2-2. Fastball hit in the air, down the right side. Peachman tracking it towards the wall. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Flames go down in order 1-2-3, but they still lead the Spartans by the score of 7-5 after 7.5 from Blinkfield. Welcome back to Blank Field at Hopkins Park as the Flames have a 7-5 lead going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Third pitcher of the night on the mound for the Flames, it is Chris Burnett out of Cal Poly Pomona, making his 6th appearance of the season. He faces Eddie Peachman to begin the bottom half of the 8th inning. First one to Peachman is a breaking ball that just misses high. Ball 1, the count 1-0. Burnett takes the place of Jeff DiStefano on the mound, who had a dominant 7th inning. Only threw 8 pitches, struck out a batter. The next batter reached on an error, and then he got a ground ball double play to get out of the inning. Fastball is high to Peachman for ball 2. The count now 2 balls and no strikes to the Spartan right fielder. Burnett has pitched 5 innings to this point, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and he has struck out 9. He does not have a record to this point, as the 2-0 fastball is a big cut and a miss by Peachman. Strike 1, the count 2 balls and 1 strike. In his last outing, it is believed that Burnett hit 90 on his fastball, hit 90 miles per hour, so he does have a big fastball on the mound. Here's a 2-1 for Burnett, and that fastball stays high for ball 3. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Burnett, in all 6 of his outings now, he comes out of the bullpen firing that fastball. He has the sign ready to deal the 3-1. And here it is to Peachman. It's a high fly ball to left center field. Hit it pretty deep. Gordon is back towards the wall. That one is out of here. And Peachman has his 2nd home run of the day. Leadoff shot for Eddie Peachman in the 8th inning. And the Spartans are within 1 again. It is now 7-6 in this back and forth battle. How about that from Eddie Peachman? He caught up with the fastball from Burnett and hits it out of here to left center. 3rd home run of the day we've seen in total in this game. And now here's Ray Zincone, the second baseman, as suddenly the Spartans bring the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're within 1 once again. First one is Zincone is a fastball up. Ball 1, the count 1-0 to the Spartans' second baseman. And the Spartans have stayed with the Flames throughout this whole game, even after Onondaga put up 4 in the 1st inning. As here's the 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Flames were up 4-0 halfway through the first half inning. Spartans got a run on Peachman's first homer of the day. Then 2 more for Syracuse. Brought him within 1 in the 2nd inning. As here's the 1-1. Zincone hits in the air to center field. That one drops in front of Gordon for a base hit. Zincone has his 3rd hit of the day. He's 3 for 4. Pair of hits to begin the 8th inning on the Spartans side. Runner on first, nobody out. That's the tying run. As Robert Anders now makes a trip to the mound to talk with Chris Burnett, Trace Peterson, and the Flame infield. Lou Michelli, the 3rd baseman, up for the Spartans. So in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings, the score remained 4-3, and then in the 6th, the Flames extended their lead to 3 with a 2-run inning. The Spartans answered with a 2-run inning of their own to make the score 6-5. Flames scored 1 in the 7th to extend their lead to 7-5. And now the home run by Peachman puts them within 1 again. And the tying run is on first with nobody out for Michelli, who is 2 for 3 on the day, but he's reached base in all of his plate appearances. Burnett has the sign ready to deal here. And the first pitch breaky ball finds the zone. Strike 1, the count is 0-1. The home run to Peachman to begin the inning was the first run allowed on the season by Burnett, as the throw over to first almost got away from him, but Paxton kept it from going into right field. 0-1 is the count. As from the looks of it, Nick Garcia is warming up in the Flames bullpen. 0-1, squaring up the buns, Michelli. He lays it down, but foul to the right side of home plate. And it's quickly 0-2 on Michelli. So Michelli reached on an error to lead off the second, hit a single in the fourth, and then an RBI triple, scored a run for the Spartans in the sixth inning. He came around to score on an RBI groundout from Rodriguez as the throw over to first is not in time to get Zincone. And Michelli has been an RBI machine for this Spartan squad, now up to 19 on the year with that RBI triple in his last plate appearance. 0-2 fastball, grounded towards third, past the diving Grosskuthen and into left field for a base hit. Zincone stops at second, and the Spartans have 3 hits in a row to begin this 8th inning. Tying run, scoring position, go ahead, run on first. And here's Brandon Shirley. Michelli hit it hard, and he hit it in the right spot. As now Trace Peterson makes a trip to the mound to talk to Burnett, who took a few steps off the mound, and now he talks with Peterson. Peterson trying to calm down Burnett a little bit on the mound. In his first 5 appearances of the year, Burnett was dominant for the Flames. Allowed only 3 hits on the year entering this one. Now, to the first 3 batters of this inning, he's allowed 3 hits. A home run to Peachman and a pair of singles to Zincone and Michelli. The 8th inning has haunted the Flames before. That was way back in the second and third games of the season. As Shirley, the left-handed batter, steps up to the plate. Grosskuthen at the foot of the grass, so is Corbin Paxton. And the first one to Shirley is a fastball that just misses. That's ball 1. The count is 1-0. Pitch that was just outside. It was a 3-run 8th inning by the Spartans here at Blank Field on June 2nd that propelled them over the Flames. Game was tied at 1 entering the bottom of the 8th that day. As here's the 1-0 from Burnett. The pitch is on the inside corner, a fastball. Shirley tried to duck out of the way, but it was on the inside corner instead. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. And then the next day, the Flames had a 5-4 lead against the Crush. Allowed 3 in the 8th inning to lose that one. Shirley scrubs up the bunt, lays it down the first base side. Paxton has it. His only play is at first. Cherno tags the bag. And according to the field umpire, Cherno's foot was on the bag in time. However, the call is being disputed by the Spartan first base coach and Brandon Shirley. So Shirley, after a couple words, is going back to the Spartan dugout. However, he gets the job done. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 away, and that brings up Rabiel Rodriguez. A 3-4 sacrifice from Shirley. The tying run is 90 feet away from scoring, and the go-ahead run is on second. As Robert Anders makes another trip to the mound to talk with Chris Burnett. Nick Garcia continues to warm up in the Flames pen, and from the looks of it, that will do it today as Robert Anders takes the ball from Chris Burnett. Runners on second and third, and 1 away. Flames lead the Spartans by 1. It's 7-6, going to the bottom of the still in the bottom of the 8th here on Team Line. Back here on team line, runners on second and third and one away for the Spartans, who trail the Flames only by one. And the new pitcher for the Flames is Nick Garcia, making his 7th appearance of the year. 5 1/3 innings so far, 1 hit, no runs, and he has struck out 10. He has no record, but 2 saves on the year. First pitch to Rodriguez is grounded towards short. Good hop for Ruggiero. He checks on the runner at third, and the throw to first is in time. And Garcia gets a quick out. Out number 2 on the 6-3 ground out, and the runners are forced to stay where they are. Just what the doctor ordered, at least for the first out. And the Spartans make a change of their own. They have brought up a pinch hitter. It is John Masagno, who has the team leading average at .460 in 13 games in the year. Stepping up in a big spot here against Nick Garcia with the runners on second and third and 2 away. He's pinch hitting for Colin Rios. Right-handed batter against Garcia. The first pitch fastball gets away from Peterson. To the backstop. Zincone scores. Rounding third is Michelli. He puts on the brakes, and the game is tied on a wild pitch. First time the game has been tied since the Flames opened the scoring way back in the first inning. The Spartans, bit by bit, have battled their way back to tie this ball game up. And the go-ahead run is on third base, 90 feet away from scoring. Here's a 1-0. Fastball is on the lower third of the zone. It is strike one. Count evens up at a ball and a strike to Masagno. Game is tied at 7 as Masagno chops one off his right arm, and it's strike two. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. During the last break, the Spartans GM gave me a fair warning, showed me what was on the way. J.J. Patricus showed me a picture of the storm on the way in Auburn, and it looked, well, pretty bad, to say the least. So hopefully this game finishes up before the... Meanwhile, the pitch is in the dirt, and Masagno checked his swing. According to the field umpire, Nick Swaha, Masagno did not go, and the count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A big 2-strike count here with the leading hitter for the Spartans at the plate. 13 RBIs of the year for Masagno. 23 hits, 7 for extra bases as the fastball finds the dirt. Peterson keeps it in front of him, and it's ball 3. The count now runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Zincone, when he scored, that run was charged to Burnett. If Michelli scores, that run is also charged as Masagno swings and misses at a high fastball. Strike 3 and out number 3 here in the 8th. However, the Spartans put up 2 and tied the ball game up. We're on to the 9th inning. We're all tied at 7 between the Flames and Spartans in Liverpool. On to the ninth inning here at Blinkfield in Liverpool, New York. The Spartans have just tied the game at 7. 4, 5, 6 in the Flames order against Cody Castle here in the top of the ninth inning. Mike Netzel to lead things off for the Flames with weather on the way as the first pitch finds the lower inside corner for strike one to Netzel. The count is 0-1. Cody Castle still on the mound for the Spartans. As here's the 0-1. Pitch is high, a fastball. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. But Castle has a new battery mate behind home plate. Noah Watson comes in to catch. He takes the place of John Masagno, who pinch hit for the previous catcher, Colin Rios. Fastball is high for ball 2 to Netzel. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Very similar pitch to the last one, perhaps even the same pitch. Netzel on the day is 0-for-1. He's reached base, though, in 3 of his 4 plate appearances. Here's 2-1. Fastball inside on Netzel. He was forced to hop out of the way. Almost hit him. It's ball 3. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. Netzel's being a good leadoff hitter here, working the count well, and he has a good hitter's count at 3 balls and a strike. Here it is. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. Go ahead, runner on for the Flames to begin the 9th. And that brings up Jared Groskuth, who has some pop in his bat, and he has had a good day at the plate. A 3-run home run for him way back in the first inning, as the Flames have the go-ahead run on base now. And it was suddenly a tie ball game. Groskuth squaring up the bunt. He pulls it back. The fastball's high. Throw down to first is not in time to try and pick off Netzel, who had a pretty big lead off the first base bag. It's ball 1, the count 1-0, and now pitching coach makes a visit to the mound for the Spartans. He brings in the infield, Noah Watson, while talking to the pitcher, Cody Castle. Groskuth, maybe not the right guy to bunt here. Yes, you want to get the go-ahead runner in scoring position. However, Groskuth has shown off that power today. He has had a fantastic day at the plate. He's 2-for-2 in 4 plate appearances. Pair of walks to his name, too. So he will put together a pretty good at-bat if you need it. And the Flames certainly need it now to try and retake the lead. They've been in control of this game since they put up 4 in the first inning. And now after the last half inning, the Flames are in a tie ball game once again against the division-leading Spartans. Throw over to first is not in time to get Netzel. The tag was right on target, but it was a tie the bag, and the tie goes to the runner. 1-0 the count to Groskuth. Still, Castle checks on the runner at first here, and he throws over now, and it's another close play, but not quite in time to get Netzel. A split second before Castle threw over to first. Groskuth skirted up the bunt. He squares up the bunt again. And on the grass is Michelli. The 1-0 forces Groskuth to hop out of the box. Pitch is inside for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. And now Mike Cordero relays some new signs to Jared Groskuth. Two balls and no strikes to the Flames' third baseman. Here it is. Squares up the bunt, pulls it back on the pitch inside. Throw down to first is not in time. A tag wasn't even applied. And now the count is 3-0 on Jared Groskuth, who has walked in consecutive at-bats as the wind continues to pick up here at Blinkfield. And just so you folks know, there is no way this game continues once the rain arrives because the thunderstorms are pretty heavy. 3-0. Groskuth lays down a bunt down the right side. It stays in fair territory. Barehanded to the first by Castle, and just in time to get Groskuth hustling down the first base line. But he gets the job done and moves Netzel up into scoring position with one away. That is a 1-3 sacrifice bunt. And here is Trace Peterson, the catcher, in a big RBI spot. With the rain on the way, this game will be suspended. Rather, now a pinch hitter for the Flames. It is A.J. DiFilippo, who has been an RBI machine as of late for this Flames squad. And now, Cody Castle, to the chorus of boos from the Flames dugout, will intentionally walk A.J. DiFilippo to bring up Mike Ruggiero. Definitely showing some respect for DiFilippo. He leads the team in RBIs with 16, including a 6 RBI game this past Tuesday against the Hornell Dodgers. So once this intentional walk is done, we will see runners on first and second with one away, and a big spot for Mike Ruggiero to try and get the Flames back out in front. And rather, now Ruggiero goes back to the dugout, and we will see another pinch hitter from the looks of it for the Flames. And Jake Surratt is putting on a helmet. He is coming up to pinch hit for Onondaga. So Mike Cordero is going with the hot hand for the Flames, as Surratt is the only other catcher on the roster first off for the Flames. So he was gonna come into the game in the bottom of the ninth inning regardless. And now he gets an at-bat, a pinch hit appearance here in the ninth inning. And the Silversmiths were unable to retire him in last night's ball game, as Surratt went 3 for 3 with an RBI single and an RBI triple. Netzel at second, DiFilippo on first. And here's the first one to Jake Surratt. First pitch fastball's on the outside corner. It's strike one, the count is 0-1. Surratt entered last night's game with 2 hits on the year. Recorded 3 last night and showed some opposite field power. It's one of his strengths, as he said in last night's post-game interview with me. Castle hops off the mound in an attempted pickoff of Mike Netzel, but he does not even throw to the bag, which was covered by the second baseman, Racing Code. Castle has a sign ready to deal the 0-1. Here it is. It's big cut and a miss by Surratt at the off speed. It's strike 2. The count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So Surratt now on the year is 5 of 17 at the plate. Actually 6 of 30 at the plate, rather. 2 runs scored of his 6 hits, a double, a triple, and he has 3 RBIs on the year. 2 of them came last night. 0-2. Fastball gets him looking on the outside corner. Surratt goes down on 3 pitches, and there are now 2 away here in the ninth inning with runners still on first and second base. That brings up Corbin Paxton in another big spot. 3rd consecutive plate appearance for Paxton, in which he has a chance to drive into runs. His last 2, he was up at the plate with the bases loaded. Now up with runners on first and second. The go-ahead run on second base and 2 away here in the top of the ninth inning. First one to Paxton, and the fastball's inside for ball 1. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. And for the record, when it comes to this weather, just making it clear right now, once the Spartan crew starts packing up their equipment, that is my cue, because the thunderstorms are pretty significant, as I've made note of already. 1-0. Pitch is low to Paxton for ball 2. The count 2 balls and no strikes. Once the rain arrives and the game is stopped, depending on the score, the game will either be called final or suspended. And neither team wants the game to be suspended. That's why the start of the game was moved up to 2:30. 2-0 to Paxton. Fastball misses outside for ball 3. And the count's 3-0 on Paxton. Paxton, in his last plate appearance with the bases loaded, he drove in a run with an RBI sac fly. That was the last time the Flames scored. That came in the 7th inning. See if he has the green light here, 3-0. He's taken all the way, and the fastball's on the inside corner. That's strike 1. The count now 3 balls and a strike. It has been cloudy all day. We've seen some storm clouds. So these teams are trying to get in this game as quickly as possible, but in a tie ball game, both these teams, of course, trying to win in a big game as the 3-1 fastball stays up for ball 4. Paxton gets on base for the first time today with a walk, and the bases are loaded with 2 away for a pinch hitter, and it's Mike Stefan with a big opportunity here in the top of the 9th inning. The go-ahead run is 90 feet away as Stefan is pinch hitting for the newest Flame, Ernie Girachi, here in the 9th inning. Stefan, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, of course, against the right-handed pitcher, Cody Castle. First one is Stefan. Fastball just misses the outside corner. It's ball 1, the count 1-0. Now, if the Flames do score a run here, there is a chance the rain does come between innings, and that would result in the game being called right then and there. 1-0. Fastball high. Ball 2, the count 2-0 to Stefan. Castle has missed with 5 of the last 6 pitches. And now, Andrew Bedone to the mound to talk with Castle, trying to give him some encouragement so his teammate can hit the strike zone. Because if he doesn't, then the Flames can take the lead. Already down 2-0 in the count. Castle has the sign ready with the 2-0. Here it is. Castle gets over the plate. Fastball finds his own for strike 1. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. And perhaps on 2-0, Stefan was taking all the way, just looking for his pitch. Two and 1 the count here. And here it is from Castle. Fastball on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes, rather, now. And the Spartans are a strike away from perhaps getting out of this 9th inning jam. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Flames and Spartans are tied at 7. 2-2. Fastball gets him looking on the lower third. Stefan strikes out looking. He doesn't like the call. But the Flames strand the bases loaded here in the top of the 9th inning. On to the bottom of the 9th. Spartans will try to walk it off. Flames and Spartans tied at 7 after 8.5. Bottom of the ninth here at Blink Field, and the Flames and Spartans are tied at 7. Some defensive changes to make note of. A.J. DiFilippo stays in the game at third base. Staying in the game in left field is Mike Stefan. Jack Cherno moves from second base to shortstop, and moving from third base to second is Jared Groskuth. So Cherno has now played 3 positions in the game as Garcia deals to Spinella, who pops one up to the left side towards foul territory. Diving is Stefan, and that ball is, what's the call? It's an out, according to the home plate umpire. Stefan makes the diving catch, and Brian Burns is not happy. Brian Burns protesting the call furiously as the diving catch is made by Stefan, according to the home plate umpire. He waited a good 3 to 5 seconds to make the call, as Brian Burns continues to argue with the home plate umpire Ron Starziak, and now he calls over Nicholas Swaha, the field umpire, to talk to him. From the looks of it here, it was pretty far away from the looks of it here behind home plate. The ball was short of Stefan's glove. They talk, and the call remains an out. Brian Burns still not happy with the call. And a huge play regardless for the Flames, as that is a diving catch in the books for Mike Stefan. A great play and some great hustle on the foul ball down the left side. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 9th inning. Back to the top of the order, Josh Loeffler, the center fielder. First one to him from Garcia is a fastball that finds the lower third. It's strike 1. The count is 0-1. Loeffler is 0 for 4 on the day, but he reached base on an error in the 7th. He reaches and misses at an off-speed pitch low and away. It's strike 2. The count quickly 0-2 on Loeffler. Other than that, he has grounded out to third, popped out to second, and lined out to short. 0-2 ground ball is foul down the left side. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. And honestly, if you're a Flames fan, you want extra innings, but if you're here at Blink Field, the last thing you want is extra innings with the impending weather on the way. 0-2 popped up foul and out of play by Loeffler. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. If you're the Flames, at this point, you without a doubt want extra innings to try and get the win. As the fastball is low for ball 1, the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. But this game will be suspended if weather gets here before the game is decided. Here's a 1-2 from Garcia. The fastball is popped up and foul off the screen, high above me. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garcia, to Loeffler rather, from Garcia. So 1 out and nobody on for Syracuse, with the game tied at 7 here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 is a bouncer in the dirt picked by Zarat. For ball 2, the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Zarat now catching balls and strikes behind home plate after pitch hitting in the top half of the inning. Here's a 2-2. Fastball grounded hard up the middle. That gets through for a base hit. And the Spartans get the winning run on base with 1 away. And that brings up their second leading hitter on the season, Andrew Padone, to the plate. Padone, a 2 for 4 day. A single in the 3rd, a single in the 5th. And besides that, a ground out to second and a ground out double play to short. We'll see if Padone is laying down a bunt here. Most likely that will not be the case. A, because he's a very, very good hitter, and B, there's already 1 out in the inning. First pitch, fastball's on the outside corner. Strike 1, the count is 0-1. Playing at the foot of the grass is A.J. DiFilippo, the third baseman. Paxton covering the first base bag. The throw over to first, lobbed by Garcia, is not in time. And with the middle infielders, Cherno and Groskuth at double play depth. There are pretty big holes on the left and right side of the infield as the throw over to first is not in time to get Loeffler again. And it's the first look we've seen of Jack Cherno at shortstop this year. We've only seen him in center and at second base since he made his season debut, as the 0-1 is fouled off the screen by Padone. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So a runner on first and 1 away with an 0-2 count to Padone. Here's the 0-2, and Padone fouls it back to the screen again. And he keeps fighting the count now. Count still no balls and 2 strikes. Garcia's next pitch here will be his 20th in today's outing. Padone is the 5th batter he's faced so far. Garcia has struck out a batter and allowed 1 hit. Here's an 0-2. Runner goes. Pitch misses inside. The throw down to second is a bouncer. And well in time at second base is Loeffler with a stolen base. And the winning run for the Spartans is in scoring position. And Mike Cordero is talking to the home plate umpire, wondering about that call. And the home plate umpire, Ron Starsiak, is telling Mike Cordero to get back in the dugout. And Ron Starsiak has just given Mike Cordero and the Flames a warning. Cordero was saying, "Give me a warning" at one point there. And Starsiak gave it to him. That did look like a pitch that was on the outside corner for strike 3. Inside corner, rather. And with the runner going, Starsiak, perhaps because of that, did not make the call. Either way, runner on second, 1 away. And a 1-2 count to Padone. As the wind picks up again here at Blankfield. 1-2 from Garcia. Fastball in the dirt. It got Padone. Dead ball here, and Padone is on to first base with 1 away. And that's a lucky break, actually, for the Flames in one way, because the winning run, Josh Loeffler, was going to advance to third base on that wild pitch, but because it hit Padone, it's just another runner on. So 2 runners now on for the Spartans and 1 away. And Eddie Peachman, the right fielder, steps up to the plate, and this is not the guy you want to face in this sort of situation if you're the Onondaga Flames today, because he has showed off his power today as the first pitch fastball is dug out of the dirt by Surratt for ball 1, the count 1-0. Peachman has hit 2 home runs, both to center field, 1 to left center, 1 to right center. 1 in the first, 1 in the 8th inning. 1-0 the count to the Spartan right fielder. Here it is from Garcia. Swing and a miss at a fastball in the dirt. Surratt keeps it in front of him. That's strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike, as Garcia is trying to get out of this jam. Of course, if you're the Flames with a runner on first now, a ground ball double play is the ideal result of this at-bat. But as long as you get an out and keep the run from scoring, you're okay with it, as long as you are able to extend this game to extra innings. 1-1 fastball chased in the dirt, bounces off the mask of Surratt. Both runners advance. Taking a turn around third is Loeffler, and the winning run now is 90 feet away from scoring. And the situation changes now for Peachman at the plate, as a deep enough fly ball, a productive out in general, can win the game for the Spartans here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Garcia, though, on the last 2 pitches on a fastball in the dirt, has been able to get Peachman a chase. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield in for the Flames. 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed by Peachman. That holds the runners where they are. He strikes out, and there's 2 away. A big strikeout for Nick Garcia, and that brings up Raising Code. And he has also had a good day for the Spartans at the plate. He's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. And that will win the game for the Spartans if he gets one here. A big swing and a miss and a fastball by Zincone. Strike one, the count 0-1. Winning run is 90 feet away. Another runner at second base for Syracuse. As here's the 0-1 to Zincone. A big swing and miss again. And an off-speed pitch running low and away. And the Flames are now potentially a strike away from getting out of this jam and extending the game to extra innings. Oh, and 2. Here it is from Garcia. Fastball. Ooh, it just missed. Just missed the lower third. Ball 1, the count 1-2, and that was a call not made to the and it was to the dismay of the Flame dugout and the Flames fans here at Blank Field. 1-2 from Garcia. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Zincone stays alive. And it's a 1-2 count. It has been a wild back and forth game between the Flames and the Spartans today. Flames got the lead in the first. It's been back and forth since. Spartans tied in the bottom of the 8th. And we're at a 7-7 score now. 1-2. Breaky ball's low and away. Zincone does not offer at the bait. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zincone, the right-handed batter, steps back in against Garcia, the righty on the mound, trying to extend the game to 10 innings or more. 2-2. Chopper towards third, coming in to get his DiFilippo. He throws to first. It's in time and on target, and that will retire the side. 2 runners get in scoring position for the Spartans, and the Flames get out of the jam. We're on to the 10th inning. Flames and Spartans tied at 7 here at Blank Field. Ladies and gentlemen, we have free baseball here on Team Line between the Flames and the Spartans. Time for the top of the 10th inning. Jack Cherno to lead things off for Onondaga, the now shortstop. He has been the center fielder, the second baseman, and the shortstop on this Flames team today. And he leads off the 10th against Cody Castle, who came in relief of Isaiah Osby during the 7th inning. And he hasn't allowed a run to this point. First one to Cherno from the righty Castle is an off-speed pitch that misses outside for ball 1, the count 1-0. And for the record, folks, once the rain comes, regardless of what's happening in the game, we're going off the air and we are getting out of here to protect ourselves as the off-speed pitch finds the outside corner this time. Strike 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. And again, that's regardless of the situation in the game, even if the bases are loaded with 2 away. 1-1. Cherno pops it up, left side. Padome calling him off, calling it, and he makes the catch at short for the first out of the 10th inning. And as the Spartan broadcaster and Christian de Guzman and I were saying between innings, this is not the day for extra innings. we love free baseball and all, but with the weather today is not the day. Not the day at all. Here's Brian Hart. And time is called at the request of well, by the home plate umpire before the first one to Hart. One out, nobody on for Brian. Here's the first one from Castle, and that pitch finds the inside corner. Strike one, the count is 0-1. As Castle is closing in on 50 pitches in today's outing. Here is the 0-1, and the fastball is popped up in the infield towards left center. Andrew Padone calling it, and he makes the backpedaling catch for the second out here in the top of the 10th inning. A pair of pop-outs to Padone, and now that brings up Adam Gordon. And remember, Gordon has shown some power today and yesterday. He's 2 for 5 with an RBI double that he hit on a fly off the fence in right field, and also hit an RBI triple against the Silversmiths last night. First one to Gordon is an off-speed pitch that stays high. That's ball one. The count is 1-0. Remember, folks, the Flames are back in action tomorrow at OCC. They will not be the home team, though, because they play the Syracuse Saltcats at 5 o'clock. 1-0 is below the zone. Ball two. The count now 2 balls and no strikes to Gordon. Brandon Ross and Morgan Chapman will be back on the call for that one. And they'll be on the call for the Silversmiths and the Flames again from OCC on Monday afternoon. That's a 2 o'clock start. 2-0, fastball is high to Adam Gordon. It's ball 3. The count now 3 balls and no strikes. Last night's game against the Silversmiths starts a stretch of 6 days in a row with a game for the Flames. 3-0 to Gordon is low for ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk to Adam Gordon results in the go-ahead run reaching base, as here comes Mike Netzel to the plate with a runner on first and 2 away. So for the Flames, they will face the Saltcats tomorrow night. The Silversmiths on Monday afternoon. They will play the Saltcats again, this time as the home team, on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And then Wednesday, we will not be on the air. However, the Flames will be playing. They will be in Cooperstown, as the fastball's on the inside corner for strike 1 to Netzel, the count 0-1. Flames will be in Cooperstown to take on the Rome Generals for the first time this season, and they will be the home team in that contest at Doubleday Field. But once again, we will not be on the air for that one, as Netzel lines one down the left field line, but that one hooks foul. And it was pretty deep. Strike 2, the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. If that was in fair territory, perhaps it could have scored Gordon from first base, especially with his hustle. And then the Flames this coming Friday will head to Rome to take on the Generals again before tangoing with the Cortland Crush on June 30th. 0-2 is fouled away to the right side, and it gets out of play. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Mike Netzel. Meanwhile, for the Spartans upcoming, tomorrow they will make the trip to Rome to take on the Generals. They will get Monday off, and then Tuesday they're back here at Blank Field for a 3-game homestand against the Cortland Crush, Rochester Richmond, and Sherrill Silversmiths. 0-2 to Netzel, runner goes. He reaches out and grounds it towards short. Padone makes the pick. The throw to first is dug out by Shirley, but in time for the out. And that retires the side in the top half of the 10th inning. Flames get one on, but strand them. And we're on to the bottom of the 10th. Flames and Spartans tied at 7 here on Team Line. Back for the bottom of the 10th inning here on Team Line. Flames and Spartans are tied at 7. It will be 5, 6, 7 in the Spartan order in the bottom of the 10th inning as they have another chance to win it in a tie ball game. Nick Garcia back to the mound. And the leadoff man for Syracuse is Lou Michelli, the third baseman. First pitch fastball is on the lower third of the zone. Strike one, the count is 0-1. Garcia masterfully navigated his way through a ninth inning jam to keep the Flames in the game. As the fastball finds the zone, the outside corner for strike two. The count quickly is 0-2 on Michelli. Garcia allowed a hit and hit a batter. The runners were at second and third with one away. Struck out a batter and forced a ground out as Michelli pops it up left side, foul territory. DiFilippo and Cherno going after. Cherno calls him off and makes the catch barely in foul territory. And that's the first out here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Brandon Shirley, the first baseman, now up to the plate for the Spartans. Shirley is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored in the second inning. First one from Garcia to Shirley this time around is a hard fastball on the outside corner. Strike one, the count is 0-1. As Garcia is at 35 pitches now. He came in to face the last two batters of the 8th inning for the Flames as Shirley fouls one away to the left side rather. It's strike two, the count now, no balls and 2 strikes to the Spartan first baseman. And here comes the 0-2 from Garcia, and the breaking ball swung on, missed. Shirley goes down on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, sir. 2 away here in the bottom of the 10th inning. That brings up Ramiel Rodriguez for Syracuse. Rodriguez 0 for 3 on the day. However, he has been a good situational hitter. A walk and a pair of RBI groundouts. As the pitch from Garcia runs inside, ball one. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Took 3 pitches in each of the first 2 at-bats for Garcia to get out and out. As Rodriguez fouls one back and out of play behind home plate. Strike one, the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia winds and deals the 1-1, and the fastball is high for ball 2. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Against Michelli and Shirley, Garcia threw 3 strikes and got them both out. As Rodriguez swings and misses at a pitch below the zone. Hard fastball for strike 2. County is up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Game is just past the 3.5 hour mark as Rodriguez pops one up. Shallow left side of the infield, and Cherno calls it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. The Spartans go down 1-2-3 here in the 10th. We're on to the 11th inning. Flames and Spartans tied at 7. Back for the 11th inning between the Flames and the Spartans. Today, Eric Moon with you. Morgan Chapman and Brandon Ross are both on assignment. In the 11th inning is Jared Groskuth to lead things off. The second baseman now for the Flames. Moved over to second in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Groskuth is 2 for 2 on the day. As here comes the first one from Cody Castle. And that fastball is over the plate for strike one. The count is 0-1. Castle at 56 pitches now on the day. And he has thrown every pitch for the Spartans since appearing in the 7th inning. Fastball's up and in on Groskuth. Ball one, the count evens up at the ball and a strike. Only one base runner between the two teams in the 10th inning. That was Adam Gordon, who reached on a 2-out walk. He was stranded at first. 1-1 to Groskuth. Fastball, rather an off-speed he's in front of. It's strike two. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pair of walks for him on the day. A sac bunt, a single, and a 3-run home run for Jared Groskuth. 1-2. Fastball popped him up. Left side of the infield. The catcher Watson up, but Michelli calls him off and makes the catch just in fair territory down the third baseline. One away here in the top of the 11th inning. As that brings up A.J. DiFilippo, the third baseman, with the wind continuing to pick up behind us. Breezing in and out as DiFilippo steps in for his second plate appearance of the day. First one to him. Fastball's up and in. That's ball one. The count is 1-0. DiFilippo is walked his first time up. That was an intentional walk as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. And here comes the 1-0 from Castle. Fastball just misses the outside corner. And the count now 2 balls, no strikes. And Castle in a way playing with fire here, given the great hitter at the plate in A.J. DiFilippo. As here is the 2-0. Fastball is over the plate for strike one. DiFilippo is taken all the way. Now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. DiFilippo leads the team with 16 RBIs this season. And 313 as he takes a big cut and a miss at a fastball just above the zone. And that evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. DiFilippo, 15 hits on the year, 5 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. His latest home run on Tuesday against the Hornell Dodgers in his 6 RBI performance. As a 2-2 is a big swing and miss it again at a fastball. And that is strike 3 and out number 2. First 2 batters retired in the 11th. And here is Jake Zarat. Zarat, his first time up, struck out looking on a fastball that found the lower third of the zone. He struck out on 3 pitches. And he's up with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 11th. First one from Castle is an off-speed pitch over the plate for strike 1. The count is 0-1. As Castle is showing he has quite the command today. Hasn't allowed a run yet. As Zarat hits it in the air to right field. Both the second baseman and the first baseman and the right fielder, Peachman, converge on. Peachman makes the catch, and that retires the side. Flames go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the 11th, and the Spartans once again in the bottom half of the inning will try to win the game. It's Flames baseball here on Team Line. Bottom of the 11th inning here at Blank Field. Flames and Spartans still tied at 7. Nolan Watson, the catcher, to lead things off for Syracuse. 8-9-1 in the Spartan order.
Nolan
Watson stepping in for his first plate appearance of the day. He came in as a defensive replacement behind the plate in the 9th inning. As the first pitch fastball finds the lower third for strike one, the count 0-1 as Garcia is back on the bump for his third full inning of work today. In relief as the 0-1 fastball is swung on, missed by Watson for strike two, and the count's quickly 0-2 to begin the inning. Surratt sets up inside, and the 0-2 is grounded hard down to third base line, but it rolls foul despite the snag at third by DiFilippo. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Looking at the forecast and looking at the clouds, the weather here in Liverpool is steadily improving as the chance of rain is still moving back by the hour, looking like a 30% chance at now 9 o'clock tonight as the fastball finds the dirt low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Watson. It is now right around 6:20 here at Blink Field as the fastball is up for ball 2. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this game has lasted about 3 hours and 45 minutes already. As here's the 2-2. Fastball. That looked pretty good from Garcia. He doesn't like the no call from the umpire, and it's ball 3. Count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looked like strike 3 to me and to the Flames dugout. 3-2 fastball misses low for ball 4. The Flames dugout upset with the home plate umpire after that no strike call on the pitch before. And Nick Spinella steps up to the plate with a runner on first. The winning run on first and nobody out.
left fielder Nick
Spinella 0 for 4 on the day. And here's the first one in from Garcia. Spinella squares up down the bunt, but it goes foul towards the Flame dugout. Strike 1, the count is 0-1. That pitch was number 50 on the day for Garcia. Closing in on the 4-hour mark in this game between the Spartans and the Flames. Game that started at 2:30. As Spinella scores up the bunt and pulls it back on a fastball that's in the dirt. That is ball 1, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Spinella popped out in the 2nd inning. He struck out Sweeney in the 7th, and his other 2 plate appearances, he flew out. In the 9th inning, he flew out in foul territory to Mike Stefan as he scores up the bunt again and pulls it back on a fastball that's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the last time Spinella was at bats, that was the disputed flyout on the diving catch by Mike Stefan. That was disputed heavily by Brian Burns. Runner going. Spinella lays down the bunt right back to the pitcher Garcia. His only play is at first. He throws to Paxton in time and on target. And Spinella records the 1-3 sacrifice bunt, and the winning run is now in scoring position for the Spartans with 1 away. Back to the top of the order, and the batter is Josh Loeffler, the center fielder, with a winning run on 2nd and 1 away. Loeffler is 1 for 5 on the day, recorded his first hit in the 9th inning, and he was stranded at third base. First one to Loeffler is a fastball grounded foul to the right side and gets away from the first base coach. Silky Mitts didn't help him out there. It's strike 1. The count is no balls and 1 strike. The clouds are clearing up out towards left field. We're seeing a little more sun than at least I expected today. As the 0-1 fastball is low to Loeffler for ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. As we see a plane coming in towards Syracuse, the Syracuse airport too. So that is a good sign when it comes to the weather today. As here comes the 1-1 from Garcia. The fastball is low and dug out of the dirt by Zarate again. 2 balls and 1 strike. Loeffler has 7 RBIs on the season. None today. Trying to win the game here for Syracuse. Here's the 2-1. Breaking pitch is blown away. Loeffler does not swing at the bait. It's ball 3. Counting on 3 balls and 1 strike. Garcia looking in for the sign. He has it from Zarate with the runner Watson at second base. Looking back at Watson, here is the 3-1. Fastball in the dirt, gets away from Zarate. On to first on the walk is Loeffler. Rounding third and holding there is Nolan Watson. And going to second as well on the wild pitch is Loeffler. So now 2 runners in scoring position and 1 away. But the only run that matters is the guy at third base. And he's 90 feet away from winning the game for the Spartans with 1 out in the 11th inning. So the rare 2-base walk on a pitch that gets away from the catcher Zarate, and there's a meeting on the mound now between Robert Anders, who make the trip with Jake Zarate, the pitcher Nick Garcia, and the whole Flames infield, trying to strategize what they're going to do in this situation. And they are facing a really good hitter at the plate. This is the wrong part of the order you want to deal with when you're trying to stay in this ball game and keep your chances of winning alive. Runners on second and third and 1 away. Flames came to play today. Couldn't quite hold the lead, though, as the Spartans kept battling back throughout the first 8 innings. They were able to tie the game at 7 in the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs since. Infield is in for Onondaga against Padone. Here's the first one to him from Garcia. The fastball's low and it gets away from Zarate. Watson comes in and scores, and this game is over. A wild pitch from Nick Garcia results in the winning run scoring for the Spartans. They walk it off today, and after 3 hours and 50 minutes plus, the Flames drop this hard-fought game to the division-leading Spartans. A final of 8-7 this evening in a game that was moved up due to weather concerns, but we got the whole game in, as well as a couple extra innings. A tough loss for the Flames today, especially after going up 4-0 in the top half of the first inning. So the Flames will take on the Syracuse Saltcats tomorrow night at 5 p.m. back at Onondaga Community College as the road team. Brandon Ross and Morgan Chapman will be back on the call for that one. And they will have the call for the Cheryl Silversmiths and the Onondaga Flames at 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. So the Flames dropped this one 8-7 in 11 innings to the Syracuse Spartans in a battle between the top 2 teams in the NYCBL Eastern Division. I'm Eric Moon saying good night and so long for now.